How's it going, folks? And you're very welcome along to the Motorcycle Hour podcast, where we talk all things motorcycling. A quick shout out to our sponsors: Terence Healey Motorcycles Tullamore, your main Honda dealer for the Midlands; City Spares Motorcycling, Cherry Orchard Industrial Estate Dublin, your Honda and Suzuki agent; and motorcyclingtraining.ie, your one-stop shop for all your motorcycle training needs. Before we kick it off, we do want to give a reminder that this podcast is intended for audience of 18 years and older. So just remember this when deciding where and when you listen. How's it going, folks? And you're very welcome back to the Motorcycle Hour podcast. We're on to episode 63, and we've got a bit of a star-studded line. I'm a little bit nervous, Chad. I don't know about you now.
No, I'm not a bit nervous.
Well, I'm nervous.
I'm just delighted now we're going to have a bit of crack.
Nervous.
Once and for all now, this is the crack night.
This is the crack night.
Get
this is what
out,
you've all been fucking waiting for.
Yeah.
We're joined by none other than a name you may have heard mentioned on the podcast a couple of times. Terence Healey's here. How are you getting on, Terence?
I'm good. How are you, boys?
Not a bother. Good to have you here.
And thanks for having us.
Ah, sure, Jason. We're very, the pleasure's all ours. And we fucking Jason Stateman 2.0 here as well. What's the story with that? I'm a bit blown away, man.
Oh, look, lads. I get the views up.
You get the views of it. Maybe not the views. The listenership. Mark, very welcome along to the podcast, man. For those that are maybe not, Mark works in Terence. Well, I don't know, work? Would you call it work?
It's more of a friendly situation.
We visit.
We visit. Visitor. Let's put it that way.
Business on occasion.
On occasion.
Terence is something like me here having Brendan beside me. So, I know where you're coming from.
Yeah,
but,
you feel my pain.
I feel that
couldn't be actually any worse than the drunk.
To be lost now is sad. To be lost.
But having said now, Mark, I'm after taking a shinty there, but you're sound. Will you just put something on that forehead? You're blinding me.
That fucking store.
You're going to get sunburned yourself. Fucking self. Yeah. Boys, you're very, very welcome along anyway. It's good to fucking have you all here. Tell us, everybody knows Terence Healey now. Everybody, in fairness, if unless you've been living under a fucking rock, everyone has seen Terence Healey. Where, starting off with yourself, how did you get into bikes? Where did it all start?
God, where did you start is right. Young age, walking around the garage, Dad's garage, I guess, We were anything that had, I guess, petrol in it.
Yeah.
Could move air a bit.
Dirt bikes.
Fast at all.
Yeah.
We're just down here. Petrol heads.
Yeah, go away.
That's all it is. Whether it be a car, a go-kart, a motorbike, whatever we could build, whatever we could make. Make it go fast and faster. Just that's what it was from an early age, going around with pictures of us there with overalls on us and black dirty hands and just having the time of our lives. Didn't know it at the time. No,
honestly,
simple times.
Yeah, your late father was he? God be good to him. He was a mechanic as well.
Yeah. So the business was at the back of the house, good successful business. Everything was going grand. Everything was good. I suppose a legend you'd probably all know around this area would have been Frank Shanley. He would have worked for him.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Good mechanic too.
Great mechanic too.
Very good. Very talented man. Yeah. Little did I know he was up and down the yard, doing a few stunts here and there. On the dinner Allegedly. And at the time he was probably practicing for the shows he was going to, and in time after that then he actually became, I think it was 16th or something, he made a record, at the time, so little did we know, so.
Only you didn't realise the company you were in,
didn't know at the time, and nobody knew, so it was amazing to see, and be part of all that, and that's where it really started, I guess, for me.
Was your dad into bikes?
Yeah, a little bit. There was bikes always there. There was cars, bikes always there, hand in hand. So basically, that was the start of it, I guess. I left school at 16 then. Wasn't for me, like many of us. Just wasn't academic.
No, there was something about the year, that particular year, because you were in school with my brother.
That's
and
right.
Funny enough, he wasn't academic either.
No, wonder why. It must be something in the air. We more or less all left together, straight straight away out to the working world. I got an apprenticeship, obviously with my dad.
Yeah.
And a year later, then he passed away, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was terrible.
So it was tough, very tough. So I had to obviously rejig everything, get another job somewhere else, and still kept going with the apprenticeship.
Yeah.
Got placed in Sligo.
Yeah.
For the typical 5 months of the start off, up and down on an NSR 80 from Road to Sligo. From
every day, not every day.
Not every day. No, Sunday night.
Sunday on an NSR 80.
Yeah, NSR 80.
Holy shit! I remember Barry Corcoran had one as well.
Barry had one. We two was rocking around in them. Yeah, savage little bikes. If I had them now, I tell you, I'd put them in a glass box now.
Yeah, and there was a 75. Remember the 75?
75.
Yeah.
So
savage joke.
Yeah, so that's where it all kind of evolved from. Yeah, and stemmed from tipping along then, the usual old crack as you'd be doing as teenagers, serving our time and tipping along and just going through life,
And it was a mechanic and you serve your time at?
No, I'm actually a panel beater sprayer by trade, so that's my true trade, so.
Brilliant. With a few bikes to need spraying. You shouldn't have said that now.
I just want to say it used to be.
Well, you definitely improved Chaz bikes anyway.
We'll brush the cobwebs off you, bud. We'll get you back on her.
So that's what and then you were doing cars then for a good while.
Yeah, so cars was a big part of it. I guess, it made more financial sense, I suppose, because there's more cars on the road,
Sure, yeah.
True, we really did want the bikes, but they were always in our heart,
Yeah.
But the cars, we loved them, still love them, but yeah, they were the thing that, was paying the bills, But
of course.
in the background then, we added the bikes slowly but surely.
You started selling bikes out at the home place?
Yeah,
first,
out on the road, yeah. So started off with a couple of bikes, be over and back, seen, had a good eye for picking out cars or bikes, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And it grew from there. Then we started with a couple of bikes, and lads would say to you, "Will you get me this? Have a look at that, and see if you can get me one of those make models." And we'd end up getting it, and just kept evolving from there. From maybe 10 bikes,
Jesus
we got
Christ,
seen an opportunity. Then got serious. Then with the banks. And banks seen an opportunity with us, and they said they'd back us. Then got a loan for stocking the bikes. Then and built it up. Then from there, So
sure, there was some fucking hard times at it too. I'd say
it was. Yeah, it's tough. Like it's not nothing was easy. Late nights,
Yeah.
You'd always look. It's being self-employed. It's there's no set hours. You just have to.
Part of the package.
It is, it's part
the
of
book
the
stops
parcel,
at you.
Yeah, it's the truth, honest it is.
So.
You've a fair fucking system going now anyway.
That's, it's probably something, it was a niche I was trying to scratch for a long, long time.
Yeah.
It's passionate. It's all about passion at the end of the day. There was more, I suppose I shouldn't be really saying, but we were probably more well off, if we stuck with the cars financially, but at the same time, probably wasn't too happy, wouldn't been as happy as I am now. That fact that we're doing the bikes, different lifestyle, different clientele, it's just completely different,
I suppose it's funny, like people have a car because they have to have a car.
Exactly.
People get a bike because they want to get a bike. You know what I mean? That's a big difference, isn't it?
Yeah, it took me years and I didn't realise what I was doing in ways, you see guys, grown men coming up and, seeing a machine they've been dreaming of for years and years to finally pull the trigger on it.
Yeah.
And pure joy in their face, that's what we do. We sell joy. We sell joy. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're making dreams, lads' dreams come true. And 100%. It's great to be part of it. It's absolutely fantastic to see a guy, thinking all his life, I want that and that particular colour or whatever, and then that day finally comes for him, so it's very good. And ladies as well, like the ladies are brilliant, they're all getting into it as well.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Fantastic,
I just said it, obviously I picked up the Tracer 9 off you 2 weeks ago, and genuinely, like that Friday night, I was like a child, man. I was going into myself. I was saying, like,
you're like a fucking child all the time.
You have to run me down, don't you? We were trying to get serious.
Sorry. Oh, did I say that out loud?
You did.
Right.
Too fucking loud, yeah.
Right, sorry.
But it is the truth, though. You must get a great bit of
satisfaction.
It's
huge.
You know?
It's huge. It's satisfaction, you know, because we're all big kids at heart at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know,
some of us are still little.
Well,
I get what you're saying. I know the point.
Brendan, you keep hinting at me.
Sorry. You know, go on. Yeah, but you're right. Yeah.
So it's great to be part of the community. Like, you know, we owe an awful lot to our customers. You know, only for our customers, we wouldn't be where we are today. You know, so it's all down to guys shopping local. You know, whether it's a small kind of chain lube or anything maybe. You know, and just lads coming in having a chat and. You know, they're supporting everybody, you know, when they do that, you know, it's brilliant.
Look, we do always say, like, you know, like, it's grand, you can jump onto fucking Amazon or Temu or whatever and get your aisle or whatever like that, but you can't pick up the phone to them at fucking 8 o'clock in the evening and even go, come here, any chance, you know, would you have this, I'm badly stuck, or a bit of advice, you can't do that with them, you know what I mean?
That's it, that's kind of, you know, that's, it's priceless really, you know, and it's just having a chat. And, you know, running a few things by a lad that can just guide you in the right direction. That's what it is.
That's what it's all about. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You know. Mark, over to you, man. How did you get in? What was your starting phase with motorbikes, or how long you had them?
Well, look, I grew up with motorbikes all my life. My dad's brothers would have all had bikes for years and years. And then, of course, we came along and, you know, maybe they got rid of them for a while. Then one would have one and one would have another. And next week they all got them back. And I suppose I got my first bike when I was, I think it was about 9 or 10.
Yeah.
And it's the usual field job.
What was it?
I actually had a DT80.
Oh, BJ's, DT80.
Spoiled child.
My arse. I fought a lot of turf for that DT80.
What water cool?
It was an old air cooled one.
Oh, BJ's, right, okay.
And from there on, sure, look, that was it. Like, I didn't fall into the bracket of GAA, you know, I didn't fall into the bracket of soccer or anything else. It was motorbikes for me, and you know, I see it nowadays. Like I do hear you talking about on the pod here about, like, you know, people running down kids getting this stuff for Christmas. Like, you know, it's kind of ridiculous, really. Like, you know what I mean? Just do it right. Get the gear.
It's no,
like, you know,
it's no less of a sport.
No,
than any other sport.
Absolutely
you know
not.
I mean?
No, but
it isn't, like, you know.
But you see, Mark, it runs back to the same thing. If there was more places for parents to be able to bring their kids with their gear and their little motorbike, there'd be no children on the road.
Absolutely.
Do you understand me?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it's Ireland we live in.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
And that's kind of where I started then. I'm sure there's the same crack, lads. Education wasn't high on my list.
No way. Never would have guessed that. Hold on, I have to interrupt you for a second. Hold on, he's brought lovely gifts here. He's brought buns and everything. Look at the McQuaid lad straight away. Look, he's like a fucking dog with 2 Mickeys in here. Come out with there, you. Oh my God! Who said they were for you?
You're not supposed to be going in at them yet.
He is,
Jesus Christ, mate. Yeah, sorry, go back.
But look, I just got out of school as quick as I could, and look, I was gone at 16, done the junior cert, out the gap, and then I served my time to be a fitter fabricator, and I was at that for a long number of years as well, then eventually fell into what I'm doing now, and sure, look, the rest is history. But I've been just predominantly road bikes. I would have had a lot of off-road stuff as well. Yeah. But I wouldn't have done what you guys were doing, like racing and stuff or anything like that. I would have been just kind of out in the field, pulling wheelies, acting the maggot, you know what I mean? Having a bit of crack, like, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
But I just had nothing else in my head, only motorbikes.
Isn't it funny though, like when you were saying like about the bikes and stuff, like we were all very similar in probably the way we grew up and our interest and our lack of interest in the normal mainstream sports. But did you ever think, like, when you were younger, because you're kind of, you know, 90% of your mates are playing football and hurling and all this stuff. Yeah. There is a time when you're at that age, you kind of feel almost a bit left out, like you're the fucking
100%.
You know what I mean? You think like you're different. The odd one fucking out.
It was funny because even that you mentioned that, like I remember, like where I'm from, there the pitch wouldn't be too far from the house, like, you know, and we had about half an acre out the back of our house, like, and like this was my TT track, like I had laid out. I was absolutely, I was Joey Dunlop going around this thing. And you'd see all the rest of the lads going down and pucking around the ball and you might go down every now and again, but like I was more happy in this place, starting up my little DT80 after cutting a whole heap of grass for somebody, my father, and he might get a few quid for a bit of petrol, or maybe rob some of his, like, you know.
Drain the lawnmower again.
Oh, yeah.
Lawnmower up on the side.
Yeah,
you
knock
see
it
the
out
out
for
for start and a head of smoke.
Pulling and dragging out.
Absolutely,
More times my father went out to the shed and he said to my mother, he said, did you see where the gallon of petrol went for the chainsaw?
Always
she said,
empty.
You put it into the shed, didn't you? It would. If you in the CBR6, out the gap, bang.
Always empty.
Yeah.
But you're right, Brennan, though. You touched on it there, like with education and stuff like that. Like, the teachers told me I'd mount to nothing, like, you know, and, you know, I'm on this pod now today, like, I'm a successful businessman.
Yeah.
But, you know, you just have to do what's right for you.
100%.
You know?
Absolutely, yeah.
You know,
You do.
if it's not for you, like, the books mightn't be for you.
No,
you know what I mean?
Well, they were never
There's
for me
nothing
anyway.
wrong with them.
I
you
left
know?
at 15.
No, for sure.
Yeah, there you go.
And I got 2 honours. Honour of starting, honour of leaving. But, I know, but genuinely, 15 I left it.
Yeah,
and I've learned
16.
more
Yeah.
since I've left school than I did in it.
There you go.
Yeah. Sure, look at it is 100%. Like, you know, there is that. I don't know. We kind of grew up like, how to say it, not trying to pigeonhole anyone, but there is that kind of structure that people expect most lads, you know, growing up to fit into. So you go to school, you play your sports, you do well. You commit to the GAA, you go to college, you get your degree, and you're a great lad.
Yeah.
You're straight outside of that, he's only a gurrier that fella.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
but
you're
if
wild.
If he sees you on a motorbike, that jaw.
Yeah,
What
but
do you
sure,
expect?
9 times out of 10, most of the, as they'd call gurriers, are successful businessmen.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And
Yeah.
Correct,
the big boy is sitting in the pub, an alcoholic or whatever.
Yeah,
Are you with me?
exactly. Yeah.
But I always
100%.
find though, like, you know, it's funny, like, you might have been a young fella and at the time you might have kind of been outside the box, but it's funny the way you find your own eventually. All of a sudden you bump into some other lad, maybe going in to buy something in a bike shop, maybe
true.
like, you know, anything at all. Next minute you start chatting to him, and next minute you're knocking about with him, and it just kind of spirals out of that into bigger friendships with more
100%.
people,
Yeah.
you know. And like, I see it in the shop, like, going in and out, like, I get no better kick than when Terence is in there, I'm in there, and maybe some younger lad comes in or girl comes in, and they're in the same boat, like.
Yeah.
And
Starting
you
out.
think they have so much more nowadays than we had, like.
Yeah.
You know,
for
so
sure,
much more
yeah.
stuff for them to do, like, you
Yeah,
know, but
yeah.
they're still, you see them, they still have this interest, like.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's the truth. Yeah.
And you're looking going, like, at the end of the day, like, we're here now, but they're the future, like.
100%. But like, you're 100%. But like, as I'm saying, what was so weird, like, as I said, like, we're similar in ages. You know, in ballpark, we're similar.
Yeah.
But when I was that kid at home, I was no different than yourselves. My father had you know, diggers and trucks and stuff, and he was his own mechanic and his own fabricator and his own everything. He had a big
in-house,
garage, and that's what he done everything. So myself and Andrew, my brother, who
Andrew,
was
of course,
you grew up with,
Yeah.
he served his time as a mechanic. So from a young age, we were in the garage, be it with our dad, and then when Andrew served his time, we'd be down in his garage every other night of the week, pulling engines out of Honda Civics, or do you know what I mean? Doing
remember
bits and
it,
pieces,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
I remember, yeah.
But doing this, and like, there is a time when you're there, and you know all your mates are gone to a GAA game or something, and you kind of feel, you're thinking to yourself, Jesus Christ, you know, I'm on my own here. I mean, you don't realise there's lads. You were all.
We were doing the same.
we were the same
maybe
people,
10 mile away.
Yeah,
you know, we were
yeah,
doing the
it's
very
mad.
same thing, hanging out with York and wondering, "Jay, come on, we make this, you know, work better or whatever." You know,
Yeah, you
It's
think
the
back
truth.
at some of the shit. I remember we'd a Honda Civic in once. No, I have to put the hand out. I was never into cars. Just
Okay,
me. I was
yeah,
never
yeah.
really into cars at all. Remember we'd a Honda Civic once, and we couldn't get it to run right. And I remember, like, Andrew will tell you this, like, how the name of jazz we weren't blowing Kingdom Come. We'd a basin full of petrol.
Oh no, this sounds great.
We'd the fuel pump in the base.
Oh,
And we were, because we're after rewiring the whole yoke, and with the fuel pump into it, and realised we'd had wired the wrong way, so it was actually blowing out. I mean, there was petrol everywhere. And you didn't know how to buy, so you sit back and smoke an old fag or something, you know.
jeez, yeah.
But that was the crack. Like,
Yeah,
we lived for
yeah,
that.
that's
Same as
it.
with bikes. We bought an old RG 250 off a fella up the road, and we built a big frame and put the engine into it, made a go-kart over. we'd buy old dirt bikes. Andrew had an old DT 125, and we just wrecking old stock cars. And, that's what we grew up doing.
That's the very same. We were very, very same. It's just
we're all in the same wavelength.
Yeah, but it was weird because like. When you look back on it, you don't have any medals.
No,
your kids.
No.
Such a fella like.
You're being compared to
100%.
the normals. You should be going down training there.
Absolutely,
what's wrong with you? Type thing. And you're there.
You're messing about, like fooling around doing nothing, like and all the guys are down, like. But you're not really, because at the end of the day, you were doing what you were meant to do.
100%. Yeah, definitely.
You were following your path.
Your life is let out for you the day you're born, lads.
That's right.
Simple as, right?
But we used to. I used to say all the locals in Bradford, in my local village, I'd say they used to think like me and Andrew were just fucking the scum of the earth. We just horsing up and down the road in cars and bikes and alcoholics. And then like we obviously we got older, but we, as you said, we're still big kids. We never grew up. No. I never forget Andrew ringing me one day and was like, I was in work. He's like, well, what's the crack? I was like, oh, fuck all. Come here, just on Dundee there. You hardly fancy going halves on a microlight, do you?
There you go.
Swear to God. I was like, oh. He said there's one on it for fucking $3,000 down in Waterford. I was like, sure, fucking, how are we going to learn how to fly it? Actually, you fucking figure it out, lad. I'm telling you, we bring it up to the field in Gravens. So what did we do, lad? Down to Waterford.
A microlight.
Yeah, but a microlight. A Eurowing Goldwing Canard. They're still at home in the shed. Swear to God, a 440cc twin-cylinder Rotax engine. She's at home in the shed. I
never flew once.
Never flew. No, we taxied it a few times, but we could. Then one of the cables that run the fucking flaps or whatever on the side of it, they're seized in the wing, and anyway, it was this
maybe better off.
But I remember you couldn't rate it, lad. We had drove the whole way to Waterford in the old ones Avensis with a 16-foot Williams trailer on the back.
Oh my God!
Picked up this shock. And when we were coming back out through Bradford, like everyone, like small village, everybody knew everybody. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And they'd know a mass car straight away. And like they were all cemetery mass was on.
Couldn't time the better.
And myself and Andrew going down, driving down, and the whole village out looking with this microlight in the back of a trailer, and you could just picture everyone going, "Oh, the Lord Jesus Christ!"
These two headbangers up
exactly.
there.
And Marcus pop for the bison there, there'll be a shortly. But I'm just saying, like that's what we grew up doing.
Yeah, well, I was the same, lads. I used to knock it around another guy. In fairness, we did grow up together, but he would say they're farmers, like, and I used to love going up to his place because it was pure lawless. Like his old boy let you do anything. Like, it was fucking mad. Like, so that's where we kept rally cars, bikes. Anything you name it, we tried it, lads. It was just absolutely bananas. We were broke up in cars. We were brought into hospital. Anything you can name that we done, boys. We done it, like,
with a smile on your face.
With a smile on your face, like, and it was like,
steel stuck in the side of your face.
Oh,
Jesus, that was great crack.
Ready
to do it again.
Yeah. But it was.
I remember the times I fell off the bikes, and first thing my father would say, "You're not going back on them." No. The minute I get out of hospital and get better. What are you doing? I'm going back on the bike. I'm sure about 3 weeks later, if you bring me to the hospital again.
Break yourself up. But it is like it is an addiction.
It is. Really you just hit the nail on the head. Like, it's either for you or it's not. You know what I mean? You learn it. You learn very, very quick if biking's for you or not, because it's huge effort. Okay, you say you'll get to your destination maybe a bit quicker than the normal car or whatever, in traffic, allegedly, or whatever. But like the effort it takes to put on your gear, maintain the machine you're riding. Then when you get to your destination, you have to take off all your gear. It has to. You have to love it. Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
Look, 110%.
But it is when it does get in on you. It's just that's it, lads.
I do always give like Ross up there. In fairness, I do always give Ross only started. What? How long are you? A year on the bike? He'll be 2 years in February, and he has more and more bikes than I
But see, like, once it gets under your skin, lads, that's it. That's it. And I often do think to myself, like,
he's one less. He's one less now. Oh God!
Oh, did you get rid of it?
God love the poor
devil. I feel sorry for him.
But I would often think to myself, though, like, you'd be thinking about what would you actually do if you didn't have bike.
I don't know.
There you go.
I often think to myself, like, what would you actually do?
I
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, that's a good question,
isn't
it? Like,
there's nothing else that I'd be that.
Like there's
passionate
nothing.
about. No.
There's nothing. Like you look at you might look at, I don't know, soccer or whatever. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, could you picture yourself being without a bike? Could you picture yourself hanging around with anyone other than really the lads that you're
100%.
interested in bikes?
Yeah, no,
But then you see,
100%,
the other side of that is, what you don't know won't worry you.
Yeah.
Right?
True.
So, like you mentioned one thing there, like my brother-in-laws and all are fucking mad Liverpool fans, right? And they go to nearly every match in England and all them places. Now, I go on that thing with them, right? Where I go for the piss up.
Yeah, bit of
Go
crack.
there, yeah, bit of crack. And they're a great crack to be with now. But I'm into the bikes. And they can't understand how are you into, going to race, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I say, wait till I tell you now. How can you watch a gobshite kicking a fucking ball and running after it?
100%.
At least you're on the machine and you're going with the machine.
Yeah, but I do get I know lads that say, "Oh, how would you be into it?" But I still guarantee you, man. Like you could bring me and you to the Champions League, fucking whatever it is, and it wouldn't make a Jesus playing bit of difference. We'd be there, sure. He's kicking from there to there to there. It wouldn't be. But you get that same Liverpool fanatic fan and bring him to the Isle of Man TT and put him sitting on the edge of the road, and he's gonna go, holy shit, this is unbelievable. Not saying he'll get into it, but he'll say, fuck me.
He'd be entertained.
Is that after he's changed his third underpants?
That's the guy. Yeah.
Like you put the hair standing in the back of his neck.
Absolutely,
Like,
man.
there's no doubt about it.
I love looking even at the reels on people the first time to go there.
Oh, it's
and they're just
fantastic.
like, Jesus Christ, is this act? You know what I mean? It is. It's a whole other fucking level.
It is, for sure.
It is, yeah. Talk to me about then, obviously, going on then to, obviously, from you made the big move then from selling bikes at the back here. In your own place,
So,
Tullamore. How many years are you going in Tullamore now?
Oh, God, it's going on 3 now, I guess.
3 years,
Look, we needed a bigger premises. More security was a big problem as well. We needed more security. And we wanted to get into the gear, as in, the accessories and stuff like that. So I guess, we made a big decision then, a massive decision to kind of put all our eggs into one basket. But we chose bikes over cars just for the lifestyle, and it's just going back to what we were saying, the way you're selling joy to guys and you're making lads' dreams come true, that's priceless, absolutely priceless. Just, to see that, the camaraderie you have with everybody then as well,
Yeah.
But sure, even your wife now, Janelle.
Yeah, like there you go. Like Janelle
well.
had a, she was working away, office work and stuff like that, and she never really, how would you say it, approved of them for many years. I got hurt off them, bad injuries. Family members, was unfortunately passed away from them. So I would have went through, maybe a phase of biking I had to stop it for a while because of them reasons. Then kids came along, and you're thinking, oh God, should I be, putting, this forward.
You're kind of, you feel guilty.
You get a guilt trip from it, don't you?
You said it, yeah.
100% you do,
but yeah, she came working, she started working in the shop then, and didn't know the front or the back of a bike, and she really just fell in love with the customers coming in and out and seeing the smile on their face when they bought something, and she said, geez, I'm going to try this, And there you go. She's 2 years later. She has a full license, tipping around her own bike. It's fantastic. And
100%.
she now gets it. You know what I mean? After all these years, she now understands it. And you can't explain that to anybody either unless you.
It's very hard to sell that dream to anyone.
It is.
It's like someone rolling up and saying, "Oh, here's me holiday photographs."
Yeah.
And the last thing you want to do is look at your man's holiday photographs. You're going.
You see the city. That's lovely.
That's the beach.
Where was that?
All right.
Who's your one in that? Who's your one in that?
Whereas, but if you actually experience biking, being away with a few guys, doing your thing,
absolutely.
There is just nothing.
There is
earth that is like it.
No.
I don't
care. We're looking forward now to
getting away
next year now with
absolutely.
yourselves.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
No, 100%. Yeah. Look, I always
I'm learning Spanish now.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Bonjour.
Once you can say the name, bonjour, Spanish, no, sweet Jesus.
That's French. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up. It's French lessons.
Just say all that, you'd be grand.
Yeah, heard it here first. Well, just on the back, what you were saying there, I said on the podcast before, I was into bikes most of my life. In Australia, was riding bikes, came home, got into bikes, lost one of my best mates off a bike, and kind of it was around the time we were kind of building the house and stuff, so I kind of, parked them up
for a while.
Sold them off. It really shook us and herself and the whole lot, and it was like, she was, herself, in fairness, was like, imagine what, they're all going through, obviously, and I says, no, that's it, forget about it, start doing the motocross, whatever, but I was only talking to you about this today, like I finished the house, and I was like, I had a good job, kids were healthy, thanks be God, everything was going grand, but I was never fucking happy.
No,
do you know what I mean?
There's always something itching at you.
Yeah, and I remember herself saying to me, she's like, what is going on, like? And I said, I know this sounds fucking selfish, and I feel selfish even saying it, but I said, I need a bike, like. I says, I have to get a bike.
We all had that though, Brendan.
You do, yeah.
Every one of us had that, like, right? The same, when my lad was the same when he was young, like, it was the same crack.
You can't just pack everything in when you have kids.
No.
You have to live your life too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
100%.
you can't give up what you want to do in your life just because you're going to rear your couple of kids. Like, you have to live your own bit of a dream as well. Like, I lost a good mate as well off a bike a good few years ago now, and I packed up the bikes and I was off them for about a year and a half.
Yeah.
And my father was delighted.
Yeah.
I was gone away from the bikes because I was a fucking header, But then I said to herself one evening, I said, bollocks to this.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to go, oh, no, you're not. Your daddy and them will go mad now. And I said, listen, hold on. I have to live my life. I says, I know what happened, and I got the scare and I just packed it in for a while. But I feel, so I went off and I had a car, I had a Volkswagen Jetta. Tom McHale, a good friend of mine, he sells cars. But wasn't he after getting in a GPZ 400 Ninja on a trade? Down the chair goes, right?
The very man for that, I'd say.
The Jetta got traded in.
It's gone.
So down I went to him anyway on a Friday evening, and I said to him, well, Tom, well, chap, are you any interest in the Jetta? He's got in a half. Yeah, I can get a buyer for that. Good. Why are you doing that bike? Yeah, I'm trying to say, here, take the car and give me the bike. But I said, but me bollocks. So I got the bike and I rode the bike home. No, stitch up. Allegedly. And,
it's going back a few years ago now, you're saying
but this is a true story, right? Well, while I'm on it, I have to say it.
Yeah.
Went down, myself and Jay Commons, and me and him had two GVZ 400 engines, and Alan Betson had the Gixxer 11 all, but we went to Kells Road race one fucking Sunday. And pulled in anyway, and getting off. Next minute, these two fire blades pulled in now. I had a fucking, I had a horn for these blades. But these two blades pulled in anyway. And of course, we were standing away from the two little 400s. Lads. These two women took off the helmet, blonde hair, right? And two fucking fire blades, right? I would have filled a sick bucket 3 times, like, and going by, right? And there was a Gixxer 11 and that this side of me as well now. So we edged up and two women walking by. Nice bikes, lads. Yeah, sound. No, about the 400.
No, you standing like Gixxer.
I'd say she was up on the buy and sell that evening.
I tell you the truth, lads. I go home from Kells that evening and the following Thursday, I had a 97 blade bought. I said, fuck this. If a girl with blonde hair can have one, the child can have one.
I'm going to make it happen.
That's very sexist, I have to say now. But, no, but I get what you're saying. Yeah. But like, that's getting back, like, that's what I was saying. Like, I says, when I'm on my last breath, obviously you want your family, but you be looking back over your life. I genuinely want to spend my life on bikes as long as I'm
you're
on
fit and able to do it.
Exactly. I want to be on bikes. I want to see as much of the world as I can on a bike. That's just me. That is what I want to do. Period. And like, I'm not. You're not being selfish by doing that. But you know what I mean. That's just what I want to do.
It is.
Like, you, in fairness, at the end of the day, you could be at so much worse than what you're doing.
100%, man. Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
so much worse. Like,
you know,
you're doing something that brings you not only joy. Your family sees that you're happy at it.
Yeah, for sure,
like,
man.
we none of us go out to get hurt. Like.
No,
nobody does. Lads. Nobody does. Right?
Nobody
no
does.
one does. Lads,
and
right?
unfortunately, look, Lord be good to a lot of people that are gone. And some of them have gone not through their own fault.
Yeah,
you know?
For sure.
Yeah. But when you're out there looking, lads, look, we're all men here, right?
Yeah.
And even if the boys are listening, they'll understand too, because I know a few of them that's in the force, like, and, you know, they know when you're up on your bike and you're riding a 1000cc York or a Busa, they're not built to ride at 50 mile an hour. You're only fucking kidding yourself if you you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, you know, I've often had it at 55 ish.
I'm just going to say you're on your own with this one, John.
Everyone's very quiet there.
We're just agreeing with you. We're on to it. Fair enough.
But being realistic, like, I mean, you know, and the joys of riding your old bike is now and again you give her a little squirt. Simple as
a little squirt.
You know.
Well, look, Brendan's now gotten very sensible.
I
know
that.
Brendan's.
It's a track bike.
Absolutely.
And there was fast as Solomon McQuaid. He won't ride it fast.
The reason he sold it was he couldn't ride it himself. I had a pain in my face waiting on him to come out.
Oh yeah,
Jesus Christ,
what the fuck? But so on like as regards with Tullamore, like obviously you're a couple of years gone there now. Are you 12 months Honda dealer now?
Yeah, it would be there. Clicking on 12 months now, so that's going really well, thank God, So that was something, you know, we wanted to add as well down through the years, but I didn't think it would come as quick, you know, so that was brilliant to be appointed the main Honda
dealer for the Midlands. And what's the
great.
big sellers? Is there any kind of particular models now?
It's
models that are
everything
big
and anything. I get that question asked all the time. It's everything and anything. It's mad, like, you know, you could sell a sports bike in the midst of winter, and you could sell a cruiser on the hottest day of the year. You know, it's everything and anything. There's no rhyme or reason to it. There's no rhyme or reason. If a guy's just been thinking and thinking and thinking, and if it's the right time for that guy, it's the right time for that guy or lassie. You know, and that's it. You know, that's just
well, there is so much of a variety out for lads now.
In all fairness, now, Brendan, every time we go over now, in fairness. There's different. Every time you go in, there's different bikes.
Oh yeah,
you're not looking at the same.
No, 100%.
Because like Terence knows, I often go over there because, as you know,
gets free Coke Zero.
Because I'm not well. I don't do well, right? So. And I do have a bit of free time in my hand, so I tip over to Paddy Costello's and tip over to Terence. And we be chin wagging and all, and of course he always fucking browns me. He does have lovely sports bikes sitting up there.
It's not a great place to go.
No,
Charles Corner.
Charles Corner.
If you're easily tempted now, lads, it's not a great place to go.
The Coke Zero just be perfectly placed there.
How you know?
Right beside the Coke machine.
He always puts the blades, the jigsers, all right beside where we're going to have a chat in a minute.
There's method to them all, lads.
Oh yeah, he's like,
sells not to the Eskimos.
Honest to God. But they are, like, I have to say, like, I'm not just saying it because you're here, I've said it numerous times, the bikes are mint, like, they are, in fairness, like, I asked you a question here before we started recording. I was just saying, like, how do you get them, how do you have them so clean? But as you say,
it's like, again, we get asked that all the time as well, you know, and it's great to hear people the compliments as well, but it's down to, you know, basically starting off with a good foundations, like anything, you know, so you have to start off with a really, you know, well looked after machine, you know, and then once it's in that correct condition, you can bring it back, you know, and present it in a showroom like what we do.
100%,
You know?
What you should be doing now, you've your opportunity to say it. I sell bottles of magic. Right? I guarantee you the doors will be back down in the morning.
There's no amount of magic's going to work in them yokes out there, I can tell you that.
Mark, tell him, Mark.
Mark. I thought this lad was the guru. He's some fucking chance of this one. This is the man to clean my guy. And I actually praised you on the podcast.
And so you should. And so I talked you into it, lad.
I said, yes, Mark's back was broke. It
was all right. Yeah.
He did this one. Oh, yeah. But with the second-hand bikes and stuff like that, is there one particular, like, would you be selling a lot more adventure tour kind of bikes now, or is it a bit of a mix still?
It's a complete mix. Like this January alone, it'd be quiet for us or whatever. And I remember I had a Norris 6 and a Fireblade in the back of the van going to Cork. In 2 weeks after we opened from Christmas, you know, and I'm thinking,
Jesus.
who's, you know, you have to, you pinch yourself and say, God, like 2 lads, you know, separate, please, but these were 2 separate clients, you know, and, you know, you just kind of, you know, they should have been, you probably think they should have been 2 big Africa twins or something like that.
Something like that, but yeah.
So it doesn't matter whenever the person's ready to kind of pull the trigger.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
And it feels right, you know.
Yeah.
What's for you won't pass you, and biking's fierce like that.
Yeah.
You know, we get people coming all over the country to us, you know, and it's, they might be thinking of a particular bike that they want. And when they get here, get to the shop, you know, they realise, oh, that wasn't the one for me, you know, and it mightn't have fitted them or it might be too heavy, and then they can see something else that they like and they end up going off with something else, you know. So, you know, you can't, how would you explain it? You know, you can't just... You can't have... You don't. You have to have a variety. And you have to have a variety. You have to have a variety, like, you know, what you see on a picture and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure. Know, and what you visualize, it has to suit you. 100%. At the end of the day, you know.
Well, look at it. It's like me when I went down. Like I have been chatting to you, Mark, about the Versus. Yeah. Again, a savage bike. Absolutely. There's not like there's no one. You can do all the research in the world. Everything. They're a fantastic bike.
But you need to sit on things.
Yeah, 100%. No, I sat on it. It was comfy. Everything was grand. Yeah. But it was just the front of it. I just personally, my own thing. It's like that. It just wasn't my cup of tea. And I was kind of going, I can't make myself like the look of that.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And then I was kind of thrown onto the tracer. And then it was kind of, you know, the old fucking hamster started running around then.
Yeah, it was ticking boxes then.
Yeah, I wasn't going over there for a tracer at all. Ended up going home on the tracer.
That happens so many times. We see this the whole time, you know, all the time. You know, a lad comes in and, you know, and he kind of said, God, I thought that was going to suit me. Yeah. And then, you know, he's gone then and he's trying something else on and stuff. Or maybe he'll go off and do more research and comes back again.
Yeah, you know, absolutely, yeah. It's mental. It is mental. But I suppose, like it's hard to, I suppose, visualize because, like, we had COVID in the past couple of years and there's still big knock-on effects, I think, from COVID, you know? Yeah. But I suppose, like, talking to Tony Moore, and we've said it, like, in fairness, one positive thing that could come out of COVID was a lot of people kind of were probably taking maybe their freedom and stuff for granted. And then they kind of get the opportunity. It's kind of a wake-up call to go, fuck it, I've been always talking about wanting to do my motorbike license. I'm going to go and do it.
There's a lot of people now that's jumped on board with that.
Absolutely.
There's nothing like getting up on your bike and tipping off. The freedom and everything.
It's brilliant.
You know,
freedom.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of people have walked up to bike in the last 5-6 years now, to be honest with you. Like, you'd see it here just even with the school, like in Terence's place, like, you know. And the demographic with ages, even lads, like you're talking someone from their mid-60s right back to someone that's 80 years of age, and it's brilliant.
It's great. I see it. Some of the pictures up and like congratulations to IBT. And,
they're all walks of life.
Walks
of life.
Yeah, but like as Tony and James told us here a few occasions, there's men out there that were on bikes back, say, in the 80s.
Yeah. That's right, and mode of transport.
With mortgages and kids and all, get away from it, right? And now their mortgages clear, their kids are growing up, and they're coming back onto them, you know? And
you see, it never leaves you.
It never leaves you.
It's in you, like.
It is.
If it's in you, it's going to haunt you until you actually, like we see it with couples, you know, comes in and maybe, you know, they had to get something for the house or get something and they had to sell the bike. The bike's the first thing to go. Yeah. And maybe the partner might see a difference in the fella, you know, and say, God, you're not yourself, you know. And 6 months might go by, maybe 12 months might go by, and they're in then encourage them again, look, you need your bike. You need. That's what they realise it. Their partner realise it before the actual biker himself realises it.
Will come out and say it,
it's the truth. That's what's missing. It's whether it's just in the shed and it's something to go out to, just, you know, to look at or whatever and to polish or whatever, you know.
Lads use it as their mental gym, lads, like.
This
is it. Like
sure,
there's a lot of lads rely on this. Like,
like 100%. I've always championed that. You could have having the shittest fucking weekend work and everything's going wrong and that, and you go into the shed and you see the bike sitting up there and you go, oh, not too bad. Do you know what I mean?
Life isn't too bad.
Life's not too bad.
It's your hope there. Look, I'm going to get that out now soon, and that's clear.
It's like yourself, you're saying, Brendan. Like on chat, you work hard, like and you could be having a bad day and things are on top of you, and you're wondering what am I at, like. Why am I bothering all this crap? Why am I doing this for?
100%.
And then you go out and the bike's sitting there.
And you turn that key.
And and you just say to yourself, life is good.
The key comes out in you.
Yeah. It is, 100%.
You feel alive.
Oh,
you get on that bike, you put on the helmet, you go down the road. Your problem that you were thinking about
gone.
An hour beforehand, or your problem that you think's going to come tomorrow, that's gone out the door.
Yeah, 100%.
That is gone. You're just thinking of the open road, your freedom, the wind's blowing through you.
Yeah.
You just there's nothing else to concentrate, only the machine.
The bike, it is. It's
keeping it in control.
It is, and as I think as well, like I mentioned it before a couple of times as well. Like for a lot of years, there was rallies, motorbike rallies in Ireland, so on. It was kind of a lot of the feeling was if you weren't in a club, you wouldn't go to it. Whereas nowadays, obviously with social media and stuff, you've all the different groups, like especially during like from spring anyway to lot. There wouldn't be a night in the week there's not something on somewhere, whether it's a bike meet somewhere, a rally, a show and shine, whatever it is. Do you know what I mean? An open, they're
the biking scene has exploded, lads, in the last 10 years.
Absolutely.
Like we are catching up on, say, mainland Europe. Like, we see this going on in likes of Spain, Portugal, all these places. Like to have bike nights, to have the meetups there on a Tuesday night and maybe some chipper somewhere in a car park, and everyone meets up and has a chat and a bit of crack, and head off, like That's what's happening here now.
100%.
And people are buying into it, like, and it's not about going to the rally. And I went to lots and lots of rallies, and had the pints and everything else, and that was the scene, and you camped out and you get up the next morning, you head off. But like that's still alive and well. But there's there's other stuff for people to do now.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's not. It's just not one size fits all. Like you'll have your guys that will do the bike nights. You'll have the lads that'll do, your tour rally. You'll have your guys that does the tour, and you'll have your guys that does the track days.
Huge varieties.
Huge
choices.
The common denominator in all this is motorbikes. Like.
Yeah, that's it.
The
two wheels.
It's all down to two wheels.
That's what it's down for.
I was often sitting there, and you'd be saying to yourselves, lads, you might pull in somewhere, or whatever, and you might have a bike t-shirt on, and you could be sitting and maybe waiting for a coffee or something. And some other dude would walk by, and he'd have a bike t-shirt. And you're saying to yourself,
there's one of them.
And you know yourself. He can skip the queue. You know what I mean?
He's alright.
But it's amazing. And they cop you, and
I'd often be the same. If we could be at home there of a summer's evening or whatever, and you're out mowing the lawn, and next you'll see two boys going by on two adventure tours with the bags and the horn. And straight away you're going, I wonder where's the boys heading. Do you know what I mean? You feel invested in their journey. You do,
getting a great day for it, aren't they?
100%. I was up on the M1 services going back earlier on the year. The ones up in Castle Bellingham, that big apple green there, and just pulled in, and there was a guy there on an Africa Twin, English Reg or Northern Ireland Reg Africa Twin, all the bells and whistles under the yoke. And this is could be maybe 2 years ago. And I said straight over. I said, well, how are you getting on? And well, how are you, man? And chatting. I said, Jason, I'm admiring your bike's gorgeous and all that. I says, where are you heading for? He says, heading for Cork now. He says, and spending the night. Like he was a fair spin ahead of him. But he says, heading to Cork tonight. He says, spending the night there. He says, ferry in the morning. He says, over the Santan there. And he was working his way the whole way across the Greece. And I was like, are you serious, man? He says, yeah, I'm going for 4 months. I was there, man, that's fucking class.
That's living.
That is living. Do you know what I mean? This man was probably in his 60s or whatever, do you know? And he'd all the bells and whistles. And I was like, have you it all mapped out? And he says, I have a rough idea. But he said, sure, fuck it. He says, I've the tent.
One day rolls into another.
100%. He said, I've the tent there. He said, if I can't get accommodation somewhere, he said, I'm just going to fucking
keep going.
He says, I've the phone. Sure, what more do you fucking need? Like,
it's surprising, lads, how you can do these things on. You can do these tours like. Well and good, he's going for 4 months, like, and that's great. And he's in his 60s, he's probably retired, or whatever, and has a few quid.
Yeah.
But like the rest of us still tipping along, doing our thing. You get away for a couple of days, like But everyone thinks it has to be a massive expense to do this, to get away, but it's not, lad.
Yeah,
genuinely not. Like, and I was talking to you maybe earlier in the year, and I was talking to you maybe even late last year about the photo rally. You jumped on board, you done the photo rally, you've seen parts of Ireland that you would have never seen, lads.
Yeah,
Do you know.
I was on fucking roads. I never thought we were in Ireland.
That's true. I wish the hurlings were never.
But these are the memories, Charlie. These are the memories. You won't remember the big straight boring road, but you'll remember the road in the arsehole of Cavan somewhere.
Where you've seen some.
It's very peculiar. And everyone's laughing, and and it's a bit of crack.
But that photo rally, man, it's such a great idea.
I'm telling you,
I remember it's such a fucking.
I think it's on the go
man.
since 1976.
76,
and like they used to do that on like road maps, like.
That's mental.
Like, I mean, proper, take out a road map, fold it out, read it.
That is mad. Like,
memorize it.
And memorize
things back then.
And then you remember there was no, like, take a snap on your phone. Like, you were actually taking it. You had a camera. You had to get it developed. Then you had to go and post it. Post it to the guys that were doing it. Like, that's the way it works. Like, so, like, like even myself and Terence this year, we were in Spain, and we got a bit of rain first 2 days or something. We were kind of sort of going, this is a bit of a letdown, whatever. But
brought the rain with us.
It brought the rain with us, yeah. But next week we ended up in the place we were staying. It was an actual classic bike rally run on. Like I was telling you guys this, but the newest bike added, it was from 1981 back. Yeah. And like you were talking people in, like, I'd say that maybe the youngest guy was about 55, Terence, was he?
Yeah, handy.
And he was with one guy, I think he was 60. He was 60, he was from Carlow. Maybe he's listening to the show, but he was about 60 and his dad was almost dead.
Did he go over on the bike?
Oh, yeah.
Rode the bike over?
They brought them into the vans. And then they do the rally. Like, but the rallies.
They do a stage.
But the rallies could be 2,000 kilometres, lads.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
And what was he on? What was he riding?
They were all on Nortons, BSAs, mattresses, old Ducatis. All like. And like, we were like, I've got me Garmin, this and me, and next to these bikes rock up, lads. And like,
battery charged up.
Yeah.
These guys just
in a set of piss pot helmets, maybe a set of goggles on, right? And away they go. And you're just looking and going, I'm going to stop whinging now.
Yeah, 100%.
This is now, come on, lads.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm on a modern machine here now that I know is going to get me from A to B. Like, these boys are on a wing and a prayer here, and they're having the crack.
Yeah, but that's enjoyment.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's it. But let me tell you, if one of them broke down, a ball them would stop.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You're not left on your own.
Never. I remember it's in.
Absolutely. I remember with the photo rally, and I just said to myself, "Jeez, that was class." We were in a photo rally pints. It was down near Loch Corrib. Remember that one? It was an old kind of a ruin of a castle or something.
Yeah, that's not where your devil lad with the Jeep took up the fucking road.
No, that was up in Cavan.
That was in Cavan.
That was up in Cavan. No, the other end of it.
Someone's looking for a road up in Cavan, is that it?
Well, they're fucking could do with a few roads up there. But we were, so we were like this, following this fucking road to the arsehole nowhere, kind of right in the edge of Loch Corrib, whatever else, and we were just sitting there chatting away. It was the June bank holiday weekend. It would have been the Friday it was when we were going to Killarney.
Oh Jesus, yes,
it would have been it was the Friday. I think, it was the Friday, and so we done some fucking riding that day. In fairness, like, but we pulled in anyway in the absolute jazz arsehole of nowhere. We were out getting our pictures and walking around and saw. I think I flew the drone or whatever. Next thing, you could just hear this bump, 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 bump. Clearly a Harley, and he's like, no way. Another fella. Your man was out to finishing work that morning in Dublin. He was going to Killarney for the weekend. He was doing
yes, we were sitting outside the old castle.
And next thing, in comes this fucking Harley. Your man, how are you lads? Jeez, you found it. And he out getting his picture. And it was just class.
Like, it's amazing. Like, you're doing this in the middle of the summer.
Brilliant. Honest to God.
Lake Slipper Lucan.
I'm not sure. Yeah, somewhere around there.
Around there. But,
the same idea.
I done a good few years. Like, I done a 3 year in a row and done the whole shebang. Like, now this year it was a bit of a letdown for me. I only got 12 done. But I remember we used to do, like, we do little Leinster ones. You do them in the evenings after work. You tip off the leash. You tip down to Carlow. It was a great excuse. Like, meet the boys at 6:30. It's just not dark till 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Bang off down to somewhere, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it was great. But what we used to do then was we'd make a weekend out of maybe doing the ones down, I'd say up the north, and then do the ones down maybe Kerry, Cork, and another weekend, you know. And you made a great trip out of it.
Savage.
And again, lads, like what I'm saying to you, it doesn't have to cost. And everyone, like we all know, like the price of living is it's hard going now for a lot of people, like, you know. But it doesn't. You don't have to. You know, it doesn't have to break the bank. You can have as much crack as you want. Really, like, you know,
without a shadow of a doubt, you can spend what you want. We done one weekend up the north. We were doing the Photo Rally Pints. Yeah. We stayed up in where do we say, Ballymena? Yeah, Ballymena. God, like I think, well, we ended up getting a waffle bargain there, but it was supposed to cost. What was it? Because we'd one room, but there was like 4 beds in the one room. It was supposed to cost like, what was it supposed to cost, like £400 or something.
Yeah,
and to give us the whole room for 100. Wow. Because they fucked up with the beds, like. So me and McQuaid had to share a bed, which are like,
we do top and tail, or what was the crack there, lads?
I have a very strict rule on this. I'm over the blankets, he's under the blankets.
Okay.
That's just the way.
Well, all I can tell you,
nothing can happen then.
No, myself and my son, remember we kept telling them to keep the fucking knees down. Oohing and on out with them there. We wondering what they were at.
Please. If I could edit that part, I would edit it out.
And then he said to me, "No, that's the telly, chat."
Well, like, it cost us €25 for a night,
and the breakfast
included. You know what I mean?
Which I think you guys were blown away when
Look at the memories you got.
Oh, really?
Come here, wait till I give you a good one.
McQuaid's fucking belly pants fell off.
Here, the next morning, right, we were going to do another photo pint before we went to Darmai road racing, right?
Here we fucking go.
Wait till I give you them sat nav. Sometimes they're bollocks of you, right? But brought us to the place anyway, this church. Remember that, Kieran?
Yeah.
So next thing was we said to Bren, right, Bren, stick in now, you know, for fucking Armagh road racing. Yeah, turn left, back down the way we came in, brought us around and all. 5 minutes later, we passed the Cunton thing again. We went, what the fuck? The Cunton sat in that row.
We pulled out of the gate, and there was a main road here, like. And then I was there, I think it's that, but the sat nav
sometimes it takes a while for it to catch it up.
Yeah. We drove miles all around. Next thing, I was about 15 minutes there, driving along, and next thing, and then we all had the comms, and I was like, off. I was just there, the mating cop, and next thing I hear a squealer, McGee over here. It's a fucking place around here. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Charlie had to cop it, but like,
some crack.
Yeah, but the enjoyment
back
was fucking.
And then, that's what you remember.
So then we went down that fucking place where
the dark edges.
Yeah.
The dark
Right.
edges.
And you're supposed to walk. Yeah. We rode the bikes down.
You're not allowed any traffic at all.
No.
We were down in the bikes.
Locked up, lads, for that.
We went down the bikes.
We were getting more for looks. We were like,
I can imagine.
Oh, yeah. We did it twice. We drove down, turned around, and back up.
Really wound everyone up.
Oh, well, sure, look at we got grand pictures of the bikes all lined up beside these trees. Yeah, it was grand, yeah. But it is the truth.
But like, as I said to you though, lads, like, you know, we're looking forward to you coming next year. Great crack. Like, I'd be honest with you, lads, I'd really look forward to seeing other lads with their first trip out.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, what you get to see, what you're getting, you know, for your bang for buck is just going to be phenomenal.
I'm looking forward to it myself.
Really phenomenal now. Like, I think you were a bit blown away when I was chatting to you about prices and stuff like that.
100%.
You know, a lot of lads are looking at, the price of hotels and price of this.
Because we're comparing it to here.
No.
Yeah.
Waste time, lads. No. Like, we have a lot of it sorted out for next year already, and I think the dearest night Ben is maybe 60 quid, and that's the dearest.
Yeah,
like it's normally around kind of 45, maybe to 55, and this is upmarket compared to last year.
Like.
For this year, should I say?
Yeah, but like just like that's class. No, I can't wait. I am flat out, man. Looking up Picos to Europe on YouTube every night, going through everything. I know the road at the back of my hand.
You will just be like,
need a sat nav, so we just follow Brandon.
We'll pull off the ferry. I go towards the base. Follow me. I know where we're going. Flat out, boy. I swear to God, I can't wait to see this fella and Kieran Riley, man. He like if he goes up a 3-step ladder, man, he gets a nosebleed, and we are going some height. I cannot wait to see that. It's going to be class. It's going to be deadly. But no, well, hopefully, with a bit of luck you won't, but your luck, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But no, I am lucky. You've done a good bit of time.
over the years.
Being around, like, you know, like it's going back to, it's passionate, you're working all the time, but you have to, it's best to book certain things like that and you're working towards it.
It's called letting the hair down.
It's like everything.
No, Mark, I'm not sneering.
Yeah, myself and Brendan now are in a bit of the same, bro. We're follically challenged.
We're follically challenged, exactly.
It could be anywhere in the world. A bike starts a conversation.
Absolutely.
You'll see another biker. He might be speaking a different language. You might be speaking a different language, but he'll say Honda or Yamaha, and then you know what he's talking about.
Because it is funny over in Europe, though, isn't it?
And then they come back out and they go, Suzuki. You know what I mean?
But it is
a universal thing. It's a complete, like, it's worldwide. Like, I was in the States, like, and we had an Irish flag hanging out a bike, like, and we thought, this is great, but we lost it then in the end. It blew away. We didn't tie it on correctly. But, you'd be in the middle of anywhere, absolutely anywhere, and to just guy come over, so I had one of them, or what's that, right? And then you hear you're from Ireland, and you only pull in for a drop of petrol, and you could be there for an hour, like.
That's mental.
And once they hear you're from Ireland, I guarantee you, before you left, he said you're related somewhere.
Because he was a cousin.
He's leprechauns, really.
My great granddaddy was
Irish. He was from Galway.
I remember my first decent big trip away was a mate of ours has an apartment out in Bulgaria, like on Sunny Beach, and he always wanted, he said, to ride the bike out to the apartment. Him and another guy, the two families were going out, So I was thinking, like, geez, if I ride the bike out, like, that's going to take X amount of days. I'm gonna miss out on the holiday then, because I'll have to nearly turn around and come home again.
Come back,
So we're just chatting, and then I said to him, sure, you ride the bikes out, and me and another guy will fly out and ride your two bikes back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he says, Jesus, that's the job, like. Yeah, sure. Like, he says, we'll get to do the holiday with the kids and the wives and do that crack. Yeah. And he says, we get our bikes brought home.
That's fucking savage.
Yeah, and we so basically, like, me and another guy flew out. We met them that night, and we were in the apartment then. And the next morning we were up at 6:00, and we took off from Sunny Beach in Bulgaria, and we rode all the way back to Ireland, like.
That's class, man.
Yeah, we done, like, it took the boys 12 days now, in fairness to them. They done a bit more scenic stuff, like, they kind of done a lot of war museums and stuff like that, whereas we kind of just done a quick hop, like, into a few of these places. But, like, it was Bulgaria, Croatia, Slovenia, Austria, Hungary, Germany, France, and home, like.
How long did that take
fucking
you?
savage.
We came back in 9 days.
That's class, man.
Yeah,
that's average.
It's an adventure.
It is. That's exactly what it is.
And I can also say that I done a lap of the Nürburgring, and that was close to bikes. So I can say I actually done a lap of the Nürburgring, and it was absolutely mental, and it was great crack.
Jesus, but like there's some fucking stories, man. You know what I mean? There's some serious memories, man. I'd be like stuff like that.
And like I remember even Brendan, we were there, like, and like what we used to do is, like, we were doing big enough kilometres a day. We were doing between 500 and 600 kilometres a day. That was kind of, we had a timeline we needed to get back, like, But like we'd be stopping. So if you decided, right, we'll do 300 a day, well, you have to make up the extra 3 tomorrow, or the extra 2, like. So that's the way it was. But like we would ride all day, and we'd be maybe getting sort of tired, maybe 6:00, and we'd just say, right, we just pull up, and we'd just go online, we'd look at places, and we'd say, right, we're going to ride to the next town, or the next 100k, and we'll pull up here, and we'd have it booked on booking.com, and that was it. There was no problems, lads. Jesus. Zero issue. No problem whatsoever. We stayed in Germany. We stayed by the big, is it the Riven Rhine? Is it the big one in Germany? What's the big one?
The Rhine. Yeah.
Oh, I remember we were in Austria, and we brought tents with us as well, just in case we were going to get cut out, like. But we never did. But we said we'd do one night camping, like.
Yeah.
And I've been in Austria before, but not on a bike, like. And we camped on the side of a mountain in Austria, lads. I am not joking you. It was like something you'd see on a postcard. It was like 15 quid. This campsite was all kitted out. It had a bar. It had like some guy who was cooking with the grub.
Campsites, like.
Whatever you want, Like this is, and like I'm talking, like it's proper. Like you want to get a shower, the shower's there.
Proper job.
Everything is right, like. Oh, it's everything.
How
is
long have
right.
we to wait?
Yeah,
Next
September.
September.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
that's
it's
class.
Move
like-
it up to February there.
yeah, but it's not to say that we can't do one maybe in May.
She
like,
may
but-
change the sheets tomorrow now. The child's going to drown them tonight.
There's not a thing to say we can't do one
No,
earlier.
no, but like it was just that was when I got the book. There was another guy who used to knock around. He's moved away now, but he kind of got me into it. Like I was always into sports bikes and all that kind of crack, and I had a bit of an off, and I'd done a bit of harm to myself, and then I was doing a lot of track days for a long time, and a bit of crack, but he kind of talked me to buying maybe some more sane, for the road as such, like so I kind of got into touring and adventure tours and stuff like that. And that's the kind of way I've stayed going now, like, and I've had Harleys as well and stuff like that, and they're absolutely fantastic, but the main thing is just to get out and see the world, lads. I'm telling you, here now.
For sure.
But
that's
I
what
like-
I'd be all about,
Yeah.
man. Honest to God, I
It's just an
genuinely,
adventure.
like that to go be at a destination and working your way back through the country, seeing the different lifestyle, seeing the way. Like sometimes you think you're in Ireland, you think this is the way it is, but it's not.
Like I remember we
There's a whole
were
other world
coming to like I often heard about border crossings, like and you'd be thinking, Jesus, is rough out, like, and and someone like we went into kind of Slovenia and Austria and all that, into the different borders, but Croatia was kind of a bit different now, like you were kind of hanging back and if it can be looking for a few quid off you or whatever to get you through a bit quicker, to hold you up and stuff like that.
Away.
But it was all part of the game. Like, it's a part and parcel of the game, like and it was just so different. And what you see, on these trips, you'll never ever see sitting in a car. You won't see it on a plane. You won't see it in a bus. You don't experience it the same way as you experience it on a bike.
Yeah,
a bike is you're taking in the smells, you feel everything.
Yeah.
Everything is different. Like it really is.
See,
like
Yeah.
I like the Tracer and all, but certain brands that are even though he has the seat on that lower setting.
The lower setting, yeah.
Sure, I still need a 2-step fucking ladder.
It's hardly that bad,
they're
is
high
it?
bike,
Yeah.
but they're lovely. It would for doing what we're going to be doing. It would
Fantastic.
suit me. Only they're too high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's the ideal bike for Cha?
Okay,
50.
right. Well, like,
Can you get panniers for PV50?
look at we get it asked all the time. We see people coming in and they want something like that and they want to do a trip like that. There's no such thing as a bike not for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay. Like let's say the Tracer that you sat on, you could always just lower that, get that lowered for you.
Yeah.
It's not. You wouldn't be able to.
Nothing's impossible.
Nothing's
It's a
impossible.
pity,
No,
but you know something. It's
You
a
know.
pity. It's a pity one didn't come in that was already sort of lowered. That
Yeah,
I
that you
could
could
get a
try.
spin.
Yeah, correct.
you with what I'm saying?
Correct. Yeah.
I'd like to because, as you said, I don't want to go and buy one and then find
Yeah, it's not for
the
you.
fucking thing doesn't suit me.
Correct. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
where if one happened to come in that was a bit lowered, that you could say, "Cha, I'm after getting one in that's sort of want to bring her for a rip and see." Because if it was, then that's the way I go. Because I even sitting on his now, I liked it,
Yeah.
but the height.
Just slightly too tall.
Unfortunately, when God gave legs out, he forgot me. I was at the end of the queue. Yourself.
Yeah. Look at there's a bike. You know what I mean? There is.
But
there'd
then
be
you
something
see the
there for you.
SX.
Yeah.
The SX.
Yeah,
is
the SX is
another-
a good choice actually.
Yeah.
That's another one. I'm
Comes
looking
with
at,
built-in
you know what I mean?
panniers.
Yeah, and
You
why
know,
not? Like,
it's
get up, spin,
sports
and go
tour,
for a spin.
you know.
It's like
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, for
But
sure.
like-
Yeah.
Like I don't know, lads. You just at the moment, like yourself. It's
No, but you see, Mark, if I am going, I am going. But as I say, if
You
I
won't go.
No, you stupid cunt. I want something
yeah.
toury.
Oh yeah.
Right, because that live in there, as you see,
Yes.
it's all sports
Yeah,
bikes and all,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
folk, I'm not bringing one of them.
No.
Because then,
They're not built for it.
no.
But like,
You have to plan it too. Like
You
know.
do, yeah. But like,
There's
the
nothing
likes
wrong
of
with
the-
those bikes, but they're
It's-
built for a purpose.
Look, if
100%.
you decide you want to ride one of them across the world, lads, there's absolutely no problem. You
It's
can
confident.
you can jump up in that J6000. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Now, I'd rather do it in a little bit more comfort. That's
Yeah.
that's all it is,
100%.
lads.
Ah, yeah, but I'd be
that's
the
all it
same
is.
myself.
100%.
That's all
But
it
like
is.
going back to say that Tracer 9 for instance, or the SX, like they tick a multitude of boxes.
Oh, yeah.
You can still throw the panniers off that and have some serious crack on it.
Yeah, it's
Plenty
basically a
of-
sports bike there.
Exactly.
You can
Yeah,
throw
there's
that up
plenty
and you
of-
can do a track down it if you want.
110%, you know what I mean? So, but
Very
again,
capable.
you have the comfort. You
Yes.
have that bit of a comfort. It's more modern, do you know, that sort of way.
Yeah.
Tell you one thing, the bartender wouldn't be the best looking York on, but look, we're working on it. That's my one.
Yeah, don't worry.
Over that there.
Give it a good shake there, Ross.
Jake there is right.
Cheers for us. Thanks.
But look, it is the truth. Look, they're horses for courses. There are certain bikes out
Yeah,
there.
like
As I
it's-
said, the Tiger. I know Ross is the new proud owner of that.
Yeah.
But like genuinely hand on heart, that was my first.
Yeah.
You could say
Dipping your toe into it.
dipping my toe into it, and it was just the functionality, the comfort, has everything you want. You can throw it around. You know what I mean? It still put a smile in your face. Not like
Absolutely,
you're
yeah.
driving some
Yeah, it's not
sluggish
boring
fucking-
something.
No.
Yeah.
No,
And why is every
100%.
time I pass you on the booze and all, you're the face ain't like a bush slipper?
All the times you passed me the boost. You took the boost out, I think, twice. You took the boost out, I'd say, twice last year. Like when out the other yards.
Yeah, well, I did. I won't tell you why.
jeez.
I'll tell you straight, lads. I did take it out twice last year.
Yeah.
We done Killarney and all on it, and then I done the North on it.
Yeah.
I use that for that. I don't take it out.
It's your go-to for
Yeah.
long Spain, yeah.
You know, because believe it or not, she is comfortable.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But even like if you have your listeners are thinking about doing trips and stuff like that, and maybe they don't have the money maybe to buy the bike or something, there's still nothing wrong with. You can go to loads of different places and rent a bike.
Rent a bike, yeah.
As I told you before, lads, we done Morocco 2 years in a row, like,
Yeah.
and an absolutely fantastic. It's a wilder spot altogether.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot more off the beaten track and health and safety.
Yeah, so is it optional?
There's no box for health and safety to be ticked, really. But if you want a trip that you will genuinely never ever forget, like head to Morocco, like
Off the beaten track.
off the beaten
Yeah.
track. Like there's roads in Morocco, lads, that you know to talk about roads here and there and everywhere. Like this is the untapped.
Go away.
Yeah, place to go, like genuinely. Like they talk about off-road in Morocco. Yeah, off-road's a massive thing in Morocco, right?
Yeah.
But you don't have to go off-road if you don't want. Like there's so many mountains in Morocco. Like you base yourself out of Agadir or any of these places and just head straight for the mountains.
Go away.
That's it. It is just phenomenal.
Is it safe out there? Like,
It is safe.
It
lads.
is
Yeah,
safe.
it is safe. Look,
yeah.
listen. Look, it's like everything, lads. If you're looking for a bother, it doesn't matter where
find
you
it
go.
anywhere.
It will find you, right?
Yeah.
You just have to have a little bit of cop on and a bit of manners, and there's no hassle.
Yeah.
Look, it's like everything. Rules of the road are rules of the road, but really, the rules of the road over there is if you're bigger than me, you
You
have
win.
the right way.
Yeah, okay,
and that's it. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I
for
mean?
sure, yeah,
Like
yeah.
we went through Agadir, and it was like something out of a James Bond movie. Like,
No way.
oh no, I'm not joking. lads.
Everyone for themselves.
It was just
Yeah,
fittest man. Yeah, that's it. Like, you know,
Last man
yeah,
standing.
standing. Like, but it's an experience. I'm telling you, Cha, you would love it. You would fucking love it.
He would lose
Oh
the fucking
yeah.
head.
No. I think you get in. No bother. I think you just be mad enough but you just have to be as mad as them. Like.
Yeah.
Now, is
yeah.
this for a bit of whoop, whoop, whoop,
Oh
go on?
well.
they're only on
No,
300s
yeah,
now.
these are all like
Dirt
scooters
bikes.
and 300s. and
Oh,
stuff. Yeah,
scooters
yeah.
now.
I know, but to be on smaller yokes, 300s and 125s. But like
Alright.
we done massive amount of touring around there over the last 2 years as well. Like, and again, like anyone listening, like it's not a big job. Like, get your flight out, lads.
You were saying it's man
Yeah.
cheap. Like,
Oh,
it is.
I'm not
It's so
joking,
cheap to
lads.
do,
Like we done a week out there, and I'm not telling you word like I'm not a big drinker. I don't drink really at all, lads. And like bikes, flight, accommodation, grub cost me $1,000.
See, that is mental.
And I am not
Do you
because
know what I
like
mean?
when we were thinking about doing Spain this year,
Yeah.
we were all, and Terence will tell you, we were all kind of going, how are we going to beat Morocco for value? Like, you know what I mean? And we're like,
yeah,
oh, this is like, Jesus, now again, you pay for the ferry and all this kind of crack, you know, and
Yeah.
which is true, like,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But it's a different trip.
Different trip altogether.
It's
yeah.
a different
adventure
trip, like,
again.
and it's a
Yeah,
complete different adventure,
off the
like, you know what I
beaten
mean? Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're on tarmac roads, right? And listen, they're not the best, some of them, and then there doesn't be roads sometimes, but
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is just phenomenal. Like we have footage at home, and I must show it to you sometime.
Yeah.
The holiday photographs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Sure. Let me know when you're coming.
We'll be watching over a few sherbets.
yeah. Oh,
But,
sorry, I'm not around tonight.
Yeah. Don't call me, I'll call you. Yeah. But it's just phenomenal. Like, and it's like there was what, 8 of us went out. Yeah, 2 years in a row, like, and lads, it was
savage.
Just, yeah, it was.
Did you? Were you on that trip?
No, I didn't go on that trip.
You didn't.
No,
you weren't
wasn't
invited
adventure.
that.
No.
Wasn't
Wasn't experience enough.
Wasn't experienced enough.
enough.
Hasn't got the right bike.
We're getting into it now, right? Right. That's, you see, as we were talking about biking scenes, right? That's one side of biking. That myself, Brendan, them, now not Spain, but we toured a bit around there.
Yeah, absolutely,
right? And absolutely fucking
fantastic,
lovely, right? Brilliant. And then the other side of it is now, Isle of Man and all. Have you ever been over there?
Oh yeah, you've been to Isle of Man a good few times.
Boys, I went over the Mad Sunday now.
Great experience.
Lads.
Oh yeah.
Now, boys, I'll never forget, I was doing 150 fucking 7 miles an hour, right? Now, this is no joking. And the next thing, these 3 yokes went out by me, boys. I thought the cunt thing was broke.
I thought you were going to say, I was doing 157 mile an hour, and then I woke up.
No, I'm serious, because Frank Shanley, John Jessup, the crew of us all went, Philly, Guilfoyle, Bear, Rocks, a gang of us. And I was on the Blade, Philly was on the R1.
All quick stuff, like.
Right. John was on the Blade. Frank was on, I think Frank had the R1. Ron Keys had an R1. Oh, there was a crew of it. But I was 157. And next minute, these 3 fuckers, I think they were Germans.
Yeah.
But boys, they went by me. I went, what the fuck? I thought my yoke was fucking broad. But no, they were on newer yokes and quicker.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But then we went down to Ramsey.
Yeah, the sprint,
And Mick Murphy, Lord Mersham, was with us as well. He's gone.
Yeah.
But Mick and Frank Shanley got out by his doing the wheelies.
It's from crack.
And all you could hear, even the commentator, he says, here's the Mad Irish, right?
Yeah. Mad Irish,
And the next thing was Frank and Mick, the 2 boys, up in the tank, legs over the bars, up
Really
you
away.
go, and away. Well, boys, the crowd were going fucking gaga.
Yeah.
Here was Dave, boys.
But it is
And
true,
then-
like, as you were saying, that it's no less of an experience.
No.
But it's just a different experience. You know what I mean?
Completely different, and like, you know, we're all chatting about this trip we were doing and everything else, but like, I couldn't turn around and say to someone, like, I've been to the Isle of Man 4 or 5 times. I remember even going back in 1999, we went, I think the World Wheeling Competition was at Derby.
Oh, yeah.
I remember going over to that, like, and it was only 17 or 18 at the time going, like, you know, and like, it was nothing like it, you know, it was just bananas. And when you go to the TT for the first time, as Terence will tell you, like, you know, it's just a feeling of absolute sheer
So you go down the prom, and back that time, boys, as you know,
Mecca.
along the prom, lads out, burnouts, wheelies, you name it. But Isle of Man's gone straight.
Well, like,
now.
to be honest with you now,
that day is kind of gone.
Is it? Yeah. Okay.
You
It's
don't
more of a tourist attraction now.
Yeah.
Well, look, it's gone very. It's after being watered down an awful lot. I remember there was no problem getting up across the mountain, and Terence will tell you there was no water. But now it's you know, you have to kind of line up to let you out in X amount of groups, and unfortunately, lads, the reason why is because people are kind of maybe just tipping it on a bit too quick, like, you know, and just losing the run themselves at times, like, you know what I mean? And 100%. Things happen then, unfortunately, like, you know, and it kind of, it holds the whole thing up, and then you're out again. But I've seen it over the last 10 years, and Terence will tell you, like, they've put more and more cones up.
It is. They're limited for that same reason. And I suppose the be all and end all, the machines are getting faster.
But you see,
you know,
for sure, man.
You know, the guys riding them maybe getting a bit older as well. You know what I mean?
But you see,
you've 2 evils there.
Well, look,
you've done a way of looking at it, though. Sorry, Bren. Sorry now for overruling you there now. But
just come on, will you? Because this is going to take forever.
No, what is, though, is, all joking aside, is lads, after watching racing, right?
Yes.
Hyped up.
The next thing is, they're getting up under jigsaw towers and what, and they think they can do what the fucking chap out there. He's professional, right? But this is where the problem starts, and he's going down there flat out thinking he can do the same. The next thing, boys, bang,
It's all over.
you know.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, it is a side of it, like, you know. But in fairness to them, like, you know, like,
but see, you know, in fairness, like what they're doing as well with the whole event. it doesn't do them any favours.
No,
And like aside from that, if they say, well, we had X amount of fatalities, it's just not doing
No,
it.
no, that
like,
doesn't sell tickets.
No,
bro.
exactly. They're relying on sponsors. They're relying on you know people coming on board, and that just brings a negative.
Well, look, it's like everything.
Look,
If you go to a road race in Ireland, and unfortunately, if someone has an off, and it's maybe it's a bit serious or whatever, you can feel that kind of energy. You can be sapped out, like
100%,
yourself.
100%.
And, and like as I said. I would never say to someone, don't go to these. Like Terence will go next year. I don't.
We're booked 100%. Wouldn't miss it. Like it's just you just have to plan your year around it. That's the way I work. You know, you have to kind of sit down in January and say what you want to do in your own head and see what's possible.
No, for sure. Yeah,
that's kind of what you do. Like and like, don't get me wrong. You know, you have to have a family holiday too. You know, you can't just blow all your holidays on.
No.
The Isle of Man and the Beacos and all that, you know, like it's not possible.
Something
You
to
do
say
have a
about
family.
that.
But look, it's like you said to me before. Do you know what I mean? You as you mentioned earlier on, you lost your father. Your father was a very, very young man. You only get one go at this.
There you go. Like if he had his
like
time
you're trying
again,
you're trying to justify in your own head at times, lads.
He had huge plans, absolutely huge plans. You know, he never got to do them. You know, and like I'm the opposite. I'm kind of saying, you know, you'll only live once. You've only one shot at it.
Yeah,
you know,
like if you're not,
absolutely, I totally agree.
If you're not doing any harm to anybody else, like, you know what I mean? And,
But look, I lost my father as well, and my wife will tell you this. After I lost my father and all, I changed my outlook of life, and I says, "Whoa." What I'm going to do now is I'm going to live my life.
Oh
yeah.
Whatever I've in my
Life's
head,
for
I'm going to
living,
do.
lads.
Life is for living, mate. 100%.
You know,
you only get one go at it.
Well, this is why I'm saying to people like yourselves, lads. You know, like, you're going to get going at this now. You know, but this will be something that you'll go. Jesus, I'm so like anyone that gets into this, and Terence will tell you,
it's like another addiction.
This is
like
just something different. Like it
you're
really is
basically
another world.
Yeah.
Like it is another world now,
Yeah.
lads. It's like, and you know, there's just nothing like you step off a boat like on your bike and you roll off and you're gone. Right here we go. It's like
adventure.
it's just the adventure kicks off.
You know, it's just the feeling that comes through you. You just, you know, it's you're there on your bike, then your own bike, maybe,
and you shout now, where's the nearest chippers?
But do you take much footage now when you're going? Do you bring GoPros? Do you do drones?
One of the guys now that be with us now, he'd be very good, Paul. Now,
Paul
me,
in fairness is the planner. Big shout out to Paul in fairness.
Yeah,
if
he's the
listening,
man now.
You know,
he's
the tours operator for us and stuff. In fairness,
he loves it now.
Absolutely
He's
brilliant. You know,
he loves logistics. He's into this now,
he's
and
good
he
at
will.
it.
Yeah.
Every group has to have one of them.
And
for sure.
Looks like you're the one on this one.
Oh, guaranteed.
Yeah. Well, look.
Guaranteed.
Yeah.
No.
But Brendan, you're right though, because in fairness, myself and Terence and probably the rest of the boys will be disaster now when it comes to doing footage and stuff. And listen, sometimes I think, you know, you look at YouTube and, you know, stuff like that, you're thinking, how did they actually get bloody trip done? Because they were constantly video.
100%.
But at the same time, Brendan, it's fantastic to have this, like, and if you have the capability of doing it, like, and you know what I mean,
if you're
able
good
to
at
do
it,
do it.
For sure.
If you're good at it and you know how to work stuff like that,
100%.
by all means do. But if you're not, because I'll tell you an experience. I went to Scotland one time, and like that says, I'm going to video all this, and I practiced at home in Ireland, and done all that, and got the camera all set up and the whole shebang, and went over to Scotland, thought I was recording the whole lot. Recorded nothing, you know. Don't get hung up on it. You have to be good at it. It has to be for you as well.
Well, I enjoy
after
it
that day, after that time I went to Scotland, I never put another camera on the bike down. I said, no, that's it. Because it kind of, you know, I was kind of wasn't living in the moment, and I should have been. You know, I wasn't enjoying it. Oh, I'm wondering, am I catching that? I wonder, am I catching this? I bet you that's going to look brilliant. And then when you go home, and you caught nothing.
But as you were saying though, if Brennan kind of has an knack for it, which you seem to do, like, you know, and Paul would be the same, the guy that does all our stuff really. He'd have a great knack for it. And there is nothing better than when you do look back, and it's like, as I said to you, looking at the holiday photos, we'd care about them. But you showed them anyone else, they're gone. Like, you're a motorbike here. Oh, you're standing there. All right, okay.
It's like when a lad shows you a video, you look at this, the first thing I look at is how long it is.
Here's a minute and a half of my life I'm never going to get back.
100%. But it's nice to have it for your own.
Oh no,
and
it's about the lads that you went with, like, the
memories. You'll make savage memories.
But like over the years, like, genuinely, lads, like, as I said, I wouldn't have done GA and or that kind of crack or whatever, and you know, all my friends, I've met the best of people, and I mean genuinely, lads, and in my heart, the best of people through motorcycles.
Yeah.
I can't genuinely say that there's anyone I met through bikes that I wouldn't have great time for
100%.
or chat with or whatever.
Totally.
And like, again, I get back to the whole thing of, you know, lads need this. Like, people need this, whether it's male, female. Like, this is their thing. This is something that they're able to unwind, de-stress, whatever, or come out with likes of us or ye or whoever, and you can all just sit back. And sometimes it's just a chat.
Just a chat.
Just talk. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But believe it or believe it not, I found this out myself.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, getting out there on your bike and meeting other bikers is great for your mental health.
Absolutely.
Oh, huge.
Believe it or not, it's great mental therapy.
Yeah, that's
It's
it.
mental therapy. It's a mental exercise.
It is,
Or an adventure like that.
They call it the mental gym.
You know,
now.
Mental
like-
gym.
Yeah,
Like that's what it is.
As I say, when I lost my father and everything, that time, it got to
Can
me.
affect you, yeah.
Now, the old head was starting to
It was
fucking,
dodgy,
you know,
like, yeah.
and Sylvia Doughton said to me, look, come on, get the bike, go on for a spin there and clear your head.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I'd come back a different man. And she said,
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And look, as you said earlier on, you know, there's no point in not having the bike and being a miserable bastard going around.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You might,
True.
because that feeds down into the, you know, herself.
It does.
and the kids
It's
and the whole
negative
lot.
activity then. You know,
This is what we're
and
saying about feeling guilty about doing things, like, you know.
like,
Like,
I'm not cutting you short.
Well, you did, but
I'm sorry, but I know. But this year, now when we went to Killarn, we went down to Westport, down
toured
to,
around, yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Them couple of nights. Now, Brendan, tell the truth.
Oh my God.
We had
oh, sure, belly
a ball.
laughs, like, proper belly laughing. Yeah.
No, I was sore.
Genuinely
from
can't
laughing.
nearly do any more laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The time you wake up in the morning, you're laughing.
You're laughing.
Going to bed that night.
that's
Just
what it's all
that-
about.
that-
That's what it's all
Yeah.
about.
Swear to God.
Savage,
You know.
Absolutely.
and meet some fucking fantastic people
Yeah.
along the way too. Do
Brilliant,
you know what I mean?
brilliant.
That's what you said yourself. And no matter where you are in the
Doesn't
country,
matter
you
where
put
you are in the
bike.
world.
You know,
Never mind the country, the world.
Yeah.
I've
Lads,
often been,
while
you'd
you're on
often
the
in a
bike,
filling
it's just-
station, and like, you know, I done a bit of photo rally up and down my own, like, you know, lads, I could have a day off or whatever, I'd head off and do it.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised, like, you'd be sitting in a filling station and you'd be looking at maybe your phone.
You should
the
build a
next
few
folks.
more of them now.
Yeah.
They're a bit short now. You know what I mean?
Do you hear this?
You know,
lad?
they're going to be putting a few more on route.
Oh, yeah. They're fairly sparse now in Spain to try, so.
The fuel light has never been on his bike ever.
Ever.
Never.
Yeah, well,
not
I
at all.
heard you're a bit of a phobia with fuel, all right. Yeah.
Oh, he is, man.
The minute I hit half full, I have to fill.
Right, okay. We were going to get over that very quickly.
Few-
But you're on the side of a mountain in Spain, so you will. Yeah, you'll be getting over it, Chad. Don't worry.
I'll bring the blood pressure.
Will I
man
come
on the
back
crack.
a new man, will I?
Well,
take
Chad,
bets on it.
you're going to come back
We'll
knowing
get
how
rid of
far a
that
bike will go
anxiety,
anyway, I can tell you that.
We'll take bets on it.
Yeah.
I'd say he's 160 over A at the minute.
You just have no choice. It's simple as that.
Oh,
They're
that's
not
it,
there.
yeah.
You can't pull over and get a full tank. Like, you
Yeah.
know.
Oh, this should be good.
I'll never
Oh,
forget. We were
jeez.
in the States. We passing through Death Valley. It was just something I wanted to do, see what it was like, and you know, on a motorcycle. Just
Your daughter went with you.
yeah,
is that right?
I brought my daughter on it. Yeah,
That's
so
brilliant,
she's-
man.
Yeah, it's
Like
just
the
a memory.
memories- the memories
huge
she's
memories.
gonna
yeah,
have from that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, huge memories.
What
yeah.
a trip. Like,
What
no
a
matter
trip.
what happens in 50 years' time,
She'll
she'll always say,
remember that, yeah.
remember that, Mr.
Yeah.
Fucker, he brought me on the trip to America.
Probably the hottest place in the world.
Yeah.
But talking about petrol stations, like, you know, so we knew we'd have to fuel up. You know, now it's bewilderness. There's nothing there, but there is one petrol station.
Yeah.
Prices are sky high. Obviously, of course, there's no competition.
Yeah.
But yeah, the heat was 38 odd degrees, and we stopped anyways, and like that, got the fuel into the bike and chatting away to ourselves, like thinking we got to get out of this heat now because we've so many daylight hours. This fella comes over. Oh, I see you're on the Harley. We're after renting a Harley and stuff like that. I got talking on usual crack then. We were about an hour there just chatting to this fella. You know, I said, I don't have time for this. My daughter here, I have to get her safe home, you know, to the hotel or whatever. But, you know, that's just, you know, the experiences you have, you know.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
we didn't even know where this lad even came out. Like, you know, this is in the middle of nowhere. Like, you
That's
know.
class, though.
Oh, but this
know.
is the same as what I'm saying to you, lads. Like,
It's
you know,
just
these fuel
stories,
stops.
like,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. That's fucking
W-
class.
when we were in Morocco, it's the same story. Like, you'd be traveling, you know, so far off the beaten track. Like, you'd have these kind of makeshift villages, like.
Go the fuck,
Oh yeah, you'd be going into them, like, and like you'd be benzene is the petrol, like benzene. This is what you'd be looking for, like, you know, that's petrol, like, right? And you'd be brought down some back alleyway, and some lad would open up a kind of some sort of a makeshift garage. You'd be up now, and you'd have a big 45 gallon drum and we'd be buying it out of this, like you'd be buying it by the jug full.
No.
Oh, lads, I am not joking. You would die. You would literally die, Chad.
Oh, he'd die.
Yeah.
He'd absolutely die. He'd blow a fuse.
Oh, lad. And the only thing you can do is just go away.
Yeah. You have to.
Like we were
Yeah.
riding in places, lads, and lights would be flash, then it's constantly on.
Go away.
Right, and then you're like, this isn't good, lads. You know what I mean? But it was crack, and then we used to
freewheeling down mountains, like.
Freewheeling a jerry can.
Yeah, but we used to empty out you'd finish your 2 litre bottle of water. So when you would pull up, you'd probably fill a 2 litre bottle of water with petrol. As well. When you were filling, like we little KX 300s, like, you know what I mean? They were great crack, like.
It wouldn't be hard with juice. Anyway.
Oh no!
Did you say you were a metal fabricator?
Years ago, previously.
Well, you're going to get back into it. I want a fuel tank with an extra 10 litres. Right? Unless it's a folk acting.
I'll buy you a 2 litre bottle of water. Cheaper, man. It'll be cheaper if I just give you the empty 2 litre bottle of water. So.
But it's like that. Sure, that's part of the trip. Do you know what I mean?
That's the experience.
You'll never do
it was hilarious.
You won't remember
that's
that.
what it's for.
And lads, listen, it's all part and parcel of it. You just need to just say to yourself, this is how am I control. I'm having the crack here.
Yeah.
And like there's 7 other lads having the same laugh.
Yeah.
And no matter what happens, like, you know, it's all going to work out. Like
100%.
it'll all work out no matter what. Like, you know, and like we would have been staying. Well, would have had to be staying in spots, and what they'd have over there now, like you wouldn't be eating it here really. Like, you know what I mean? You wouldn't want to be a fussy eater now, like Terence now. Like
Like the chas.
I'd be like you. I'd edge.
Well, look, if I'm hungry enough, lads, I'm going to eat, and that's 100%. The way it is. Like, if you're hungry, you'll eat. And that's 100%.
It. As a fella said before, I'd ate shy half a stick, but there was a hair on it.
Jay-Z has to bring that into it.
No, but it's a throat though.
Yeah, well, that's just what I'm saying. All that.
Did you ever see a bear wiping his arse with a rabbit? Well, I seen Brendan.
Oh my God! But no, look at as I say, like the world is an awful lot smaller now.
Absolutely,
an awful lot more accessible. Do you know what I mean? You can go
very
to
doable.
these
Everything's very
places.
doable now.
Yeah,
Well, that's people need to do it now because lads, like, you know, like.
But it's not any younger, I'm getting.
No, as well as that though, Cha, it's like, you know, the world is getting, things are getting tighter and tighter to do regarding with red tape and you know. And look, listen, you're always going to be able to tour Europe. You're always going to be able to, but like they're just going to kind of keep restricting stuff as they go. Like you know yourself, like, and it's not like you know, like I remember years ago, like you used to watch Fast Bikes magazine and you watch the videos. And the boys used to all head to France. Used to get away with murder. Like, but that's gone now.
That's gone.
You won't do that in France now. Like,
No,
you know,
sure,
and any of these places. So like, what you need to do now is go and enjoy it.
Absolutely.
As you have it now. Like,
you
know, like, I know you were saying about the ferries is it's long and it's this, that and the other, but like Terence will tell you, like, lads, you just chill out.
Just chill out.
A few sherbets and what'll be wrong with you?
That's all you want. It's 27 hours across.
27 and 31, isn't that the way it works out?
You just pedal harder on the way back.
You have the wind on the way back.
Sure, all you have to do then is sleep for 6 and drink for 21.
Absolutely,
no, look, I can't wait. Genuinely, hand in heart.
I just highly recommend it. Like, and even anyone that comes to the shop, like, you'd always be chatting people, and you'd always be telling them, like, and like, there was a couple of guys. There was actually one guy that I was chatting to before, and he actually went off and done Morocco after, like,
go away, serious,
and absolutely had a ball.
Go away, to fuck
ball, had to
maybe
crack
we'll do it in March, would we?
Oh, never know. I don't know, lads. That's the time to do it.
Yeah.
Nice and cool, lads.
Over to March. Might be a bad show now.
But another thing is then
what March?
Morocco.
March.
Yeah.
You mean March? Like
well, there's only one March, and then
no, you can march out in the square. You can march. Don't get cocky now, you bollocks.
One to March, lad.
But the machines are so reliable now. And that's another good thing. And the gear is so good.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah.
Actually, that new Alpine Star jacket I bought off you there, Terry. Hey, Jesus, she done the job the other night.
But like, what would you advise? You're going out to Spain. Do you bring textile?
I bring,
100%.
Because
you
like,
want to be prepared, you know. For all, like, look at, you don't know what you're going to get.
No.
You know,
sure.
Like we got 2 rains of heavy, 2 days
of heavy rain.
And you're not.
You know what I mean?
And like, if you're in your armour jeans, lads, you might you might be a bit more comfortable, but White says you will be wet.
Yeah.
You know, and then you're drying stuff in the evenings and stuff like that. It's hard going.
You need the correct stuff.
You do,
But like that, call into the shop, you know, that's what we're there for. You know what I mean?
110%,
Janelle is excellent at that. You know, good show with Janelle there. Like,
she is known fairness.
Every man has to have a good woman behind him.
No, 110%. Just speaking of gear, something that you mentioned to me as well. Obviously, you're an agent for a showy agent now.
Yeah, we added showy, RI, you know, HJC, you know, so like that. I'm a believer, I'm a biker myself, so if I don't like it, I won't stock it. I won't sell it.
Sure,
you know, I have to have faith in it myself, you know.
But you told me something very interesting about you with regard to showy helmets.
Like look at, I suppose with Ireland, look at not knocking the system, but unfortunately, you know, as a bike shop, we have to pay VAT on helmets.
Yeah.
So anywhere in Europe or elsewhere, UK, the VAT is exempt. You know, so straight away, that's why they're more expensive in Ireland.
Yeah.
You know, so although we're dear, but you know, at the end of the day, we're technically not. It's the government charge on it.
Oh, yeah.
Don't
get it started. Right.
Another rip-off. Yeah.
Down that road.
We won't go down there. But anyways,
and see,
you know,
there should be no charge on it because that's safety gear.
Safety gear.
Sit down.
Settle on, Brendan. Don't keep tipping me now. You'll be fucking murder here.
Sit down now. We're not going over that same shit again. Yeah.
But like that, you're getting priceless advice at the end of the day. You know, is it fitting you right? You know, show you how it's meant to fit you. You know, little tips to look out for. You know, not only that, with showy people don't understand is when you buy a showy from a dealer, not just us, but when you buy from a dealer in a shop, you basically are signing into a verbal 12-month contract with getting the helmet checked every 12 months for free.
For free, yeah.
Unfortunately, if you buy that elsewhere, online or something like that, that doesn't exist. You know? So that's what you're getting.
I didn't know that. Like
no,
that. I did not know that with a showy helmet. Like that's fucking brilliant.
Ari then, fantastic. Now I know these aren't cheap products. I know that, but you know, at the end of the day, how much are you going to put it? How much are you going to value your head?
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
At the end of the day, you know,
absolutely, yeah.
Ari, like if you go to Dale Man or if you go to any of the road races and you have an Ari and you bought it off a dealer like ourselves or a reputable dealer, what happens is you can hand that Ari into the Ari tent.
Yeah.
They'll mind it for you. Not only will they mind it and look after it for you for the day, you don't have to be carrying it around, they'll actually service it. They'll clean it, they'll put it there until you're ready to get on your bike.
I did not know.
Yeah, like as Terence says, they're a premium helmet.
It's premium though. That's not added in the price. You know, this isn't because you know it's X amount of money. This is just them giving back.
That's
all it is. It's just them giving back.
That's fucking brilliant, man. Yeah,
and that's priceless. And they'll say to you, your strap is might need to change. You're not only getting your helmet cleaned and serviced, they're going to tell you, look, your strap is a bit loose here. I'm after tightening that or this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
That could have saved you, you know. God knows.
Honest
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because that is, look, we're all guilty of helmets.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? A lot of people get the helmet, to put it on, to take it off, they don't look at clean the visor,
that's
but you don't check out.
Yeah, because, you know, it's lack of education as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Professionals, bring it to the professionals. You know,
that's unreal. I didn't know that at all, yeah.
You know,
like in fairness, in fairness, Janelle knows her stuff when it comes to the helmets. All the gear, lads.
Yeah.
Top notch.
In fairness, I have to hand it now. Jesus, I'm going over there a while now, and let me tell you, she's salted dear. There's no problem there at all.
Look, we get it is dear, but it's dear for a reason.
100%.
But if you take it though, lads, if you take it though, lads, like if you decide to buy a sort of more premium helmet, like your Ari or your Shoei or whatever, right? And if you work it out and say you're going to say, right, I'll keep this helmet, say, for 6 years, roughly. You're talking 100 quid a year. Like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It's not.
You know what I mean? When you work it out, I know it's an initial handing out, whatever. You know what I mean?
Charlie, you said it loads of times, so don't be stuck to reach out to us. You know, you can put it to the side. You know, and pay it off.
Oh, absolutely.
I know you said that. Like, we're not out there. It's passion. I prefer somebody, you know, paying off a helmet for God knows how long, rather than buying something cheap that they're unsafe in. God forbid.
100%. Yeah, for
you know,
sure, man.
Because you would see them come in turns, wouldn't you?
You would. It's
with incorrect fitting helmets.
Yeah, that's
you
know
how much like cheapest is not always the best.
No,
you know,
look, lads,
it is your head.
It is,
and the last thing you want is a professional like an ambulance service, a nurse, a doctor saying, "Why didn't you get that
proper.
checked. Why didn't you get a proper this or a proper that?
Yeah.
You know, it's an insult to their career and job.
It is, man.
If they're picking out stones out where it shouldn't, where it shouldn't be.
But like as I said before, Terence, as well, on the podcast before, I said it over that if anybody wanted to get something new, Terence does a thing that you can pay weekly or
$5 or
whatever.
Build up.
But now you have me sold now anyway, you bollock. I'm going to get a showy now.
But there you go. Like it's the small things, and like I said, like you know, it's not added on to the price. It's just passion. That's what it is.
For sure.
You know, it's having people out there with the right gear. You know, we know it's expensive. It is a very expensive hobby. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But
you have one chance if something does happen.
Yeah, exactly. And like if you look around, you will look around your clubhouse here, lads. You look at the posters on the walls. You look at pictures. Ari, Joey, Ari, everything here. Like you know, you look at any road racer here, like. Anyone that's trying, there's a reason why they are wearing these helmets, lads. 100%. It's as simple as that, like. You know?
Absolutely.
You know, as I said, you can go onto eBay or you can go to wherever Wish or wherever you buy these helmets.
No, they're not the same, lads.
No,
you really are playing with fire now.
Could be copies out there as well. Be very, very aware.
100%. It's the same as lads buying second-hand helmets.
Oh no, that's a no.
I'd rather buy second-hand toilet paper.
Would you wear my jocks? You know, do you know what I mean? Like you don't. You just don't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't be shy, man.
No, I wouldn't because it wouldn't fit me. But anyway,
you know, like everybody. Okay, it's you could be on a budget, but just reach out to us. You know, there's no problem.
100%. And like on that as well, just on the bikes and stuff. I obviously got the bike off you this year, and or a couple of weeks ago, and you know, through finance. I'm not someone. I've never really financed that in my life, but I was so surprised at how straightforward the process is. To be
simple.
fair,
it has to be stress free. You know, at the end of the day. It's the way to go. You want a modern machine, like yourself, you're thinking of going to Spain, you know, you want something, you know, that's going to be reliable. Up in the
absolutely.
years, you know.
It's turnkey.
It takes out the stress.
Yeah,
you're not
for sure.
wondering. You're not you have too much to think about. You're thinking of the road ahead of you. You shouldn't be thinking about is
the bike capable of this, like.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure, man.
For the sake of a few quid extra a week, you spread it over so many years.
Yeah.
You know, it's completely tailor-made.
Brilliant.
You know?
It was brilliant.
So, like, you know, it's the way to go.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. But like, I used to often wonder for years, but like, you know, you see
how is these guys managing this?
How the fuck are these bikes? But you're like, that is the world we live in today.
That's it.
It's the modern world. Like, we don't own our houses unless you're really, really lucky.
100%.
You don't just earn 250,000 to build a house or 300 grand to build a house.
No.
If you're trying to earn that, you're going to spend the entire lifetime trying to earn it.
You know, for sure.
So you have to borrow to build your house.
And this is what we're saying about trying to be, you know, you need to be realistic about this, like, you know.
100%.
But there's nothing to be ashamed of if you have to go and go higher purchase. There's not. Like you look at all the guys out there driving Porsches and big Audis, and that's how they're doing it. They're not going out handing out 130 or 40 grand beyond.
There's no one earning that kind of money.
That's the way of the world now, lads. Like, you know, like, I've a mate of mine lives in England now, and like he'd tell you, like, everything over there is just PCP, like everything. That's the way they run.
Yeah.
That's the end of it. You hand it back after 3 years. You just go, that'll do. Yeah, and it's basically like, you know, that's the way it goes.
That's the way it is.
That's it. Like,
absolutely,
you know.
without doubt, man. Yeah, that's the world we live in. That is the world we live in. Boys, we're going to have to wrap it up now fairly shortly because we're heading for the 2 hour mark, which means that's fairly fluid, isn't it?
Wow.
But then you're surprised when you're talking shit. You know what I mean?
I don't know how to. It would if I could.
The way you scourges of a good dab hand of it.
Talking before we wrap up, talking about Spain next year. Bikes. Your bike you're going on there.
I have me new Trace Regatta.
You've a new one got?
Well,
no, the one, the one.
The 242,
Don't mind him, he'll have something else before that.
Terence is trying to, he reckons I won't. He reckons I'll change 3 times before it.
Are you one of them, are you?
There's no way you have that. You won't have that for 12 months. No way.
Hard to know now. I'm a bit of a...
You're whore now, you're after twisting my arm to get
one. No. You might buy that one off me then.
No, I will not. No chance.
He's a seat set.
I'm hell-bent on having that for the trip now. For sure. I went on a trip on the last bike, and one of the boys had one, and I took it for a spin, and I said, right, when I get back, I'm going to buy one of these.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love it.
I really like it now.
Yeah, for sure.
I really do like it now.
Is there much of a difference in them now and say mine? I know there's a different screen and stuff.
Look, there's just a few it's more kind of cosmetics.
Faces
right?
and stuff
Fair,
like that.
fair
But
enough.
the frame and engines is all the same.
Same.
Yeah, it's basically really the only difference is it's just as the electronic suspension and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, listen,
Yeah.
you're going to set the bike up.
Yeah.
That's the end of it. I've seen I've had these things with different modes and everything else. You end up riding in the same mode with the same suspension setup. If you're going to put gear on the back of it, you just crank up the back shock a little bit. You know, it's you know,
No
look,
it's
it's great having all this stuff, but realistically, you just kind of just ride around in the same way. You're not walking out every day like getting up into the thing going, right, I'm going to tweak this and tweak that, tweak the other. You know, you're not at the TT like you're just going to ride the bike like. You know what I mean? And once you get your happy spot with it, that's it.
Why would you change it? Yeah, 100%. Yeah. What about you, Mr. Honda?
Oh, look at I have a Honda, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Power of dreams, guys. Yeah.
You meet the nicest people on Honda. That's what they say, isn't it?
He's a real salesman now,
Lord,
isn't he? Oh my God. What are you on at the minute? You've an NT at the minute?
I have one of the new CB 1000 GTs on order, so that's going to be a big hit for next year. So I'd probably be on that, yeah.
Who'd you order that?
I wonder.
A reputable dealer, yeah.
A reputable
Savage bike now.
Yeah, so looking forward to that now. Yeah, so, but look at it's
savage.
Every machine at this day and age, you know,
there's no bad stuff.
There's no such thing.
No,
there's not.
No,
it's not like
definitely
it's not like 20 years ago that there was your old stuff like that. You know, you had to stay away from it. You'd be wary of like.
Yes.
But nowadays, everything is.
Everything.
You know,
It's whatever you're into, like, you know.
There'll be quirks with one models, with one make and other models.
And where are you going on, Bren?
You're a booster.
Yeah, or in your hole.
It could be Mark's tracer.
No, there'll be 3 tracers on this trip.
Who's the other one?
Yeah, Ronan. Shout out to Ronan. Yeah, he has one as well. Yeah.
What model is? What's his?
He's the same as mine. His is a 2022.
Sure, he's a fucking old one.
Look, don't worry about that. Don't be worried about it.
What about you, Chow? What do you reckon you'll be on at that stage? Do you know yet?
Don't know.
I can see on his edge.
Either the SX or
I can see on an SX.
Yeah. Serious bike too, but he's
they're beautiful.
Very,
just probably suit you just all that bit better. Do you know what I mean?
You have to be comfortable on something, like, you know, at the end of the day. And like, they're, as I said,
I'll be over for a spin. Make sure no panniers everyone's on it. I want to see what you
I feels like.
You want the hamburger with the lads.
And have a hamburger and a chip when I get back. And a Coke Zero.
Well, look, that's the plan, as the fella says. You heard it here first. That's the plan going forward.
Well, you're nailed to it now, lads.
Oh, no, we're definitely going. I'm fucking going now.
Well, now I'm definitely going.
As the song goes, with or without you. But I'm going.
I don't know if Kieran, maybe he'll go. I'm not too sure. He might.
And
Roscoe.
Oh, Ross will definitely go.
Oh, the Roscoe's going.
But if Ross said he's going, Ross will go 110%. Yeah, I don't know if to try and forget him there, but you're okay.
You're son.
That's shocking, isn't it? I told you, Ross, you should have went to Healy's, and you wouldn't miss him.
You wouldn't get one like that over at Healy's, lad. Lads, we're going to wrap it up for episode 63.
Boys, a pleasure having you on. Great.
Absolute pleasure having you on. And again, a massive thanks because you've been a sponsor of our podcast from day one. Look at some
great entertainment, lads.
We must be doing something right.
You're keeping my Thursday going well. Absolutely.
Look, once we're doing that, I'm happy.
Absolutely. Fair play, lads.
Lads, thanks again for coming in, and all the best in the future. Whatever, and sure, as the fella says, we'll be seeing you. A lot more of you will be sick of fucking looking at us over there. And
everyone's welcome.
And sure, when we do these trips, you'll be back on again.
We'll all do a debrief.
Exactly. I like that. I like the sound of that. That sounds like a plan.
Telling everybody the way Char panicked when he seen the flashing light. Whoa!
Honest to God, yeah.
Char stayed in the hotel for the week.
With Delhi Belly or something. No, it's been an absolute pleasure, as the fella says. Thanks a million again for coming on. Just all the listeners out there, anybody that's heading out on the bikes, I know there's a lot of like Christmas light up runs on the weekend. There's a lot of tie runs. Jump on Facebook. We just don't have time at the minute to go through them all. But safe riding. Chaz Beckham here for something, Chaz.
phone, Kieran.
He always does this. Look, we're just trying to wrap it. This is the story. I know exactly what he's looking for.
Yeah.
And I do actually have to give a mention because somebody did get onto the podcast and he's been on to us a couple of times. And I did want to give a massive mention to this just as I pull it up here. I don't want to get the incorrect details as well. Yeah, a listener message in just to say, would we give a big shout out and a congratulations to Team 109 who won the World 300 Championships in October with Benat Fernandez. That's the first Irish team to ever do so.
Congratulations.
So like that series going.
Yeah,
and as far Kevin Keys was a member of Team 109 there back in the day as well. So look, a massive shout out to Team 109. Keep up the great work. And said they're the first to win in the BSB on a KTM. So yeah, all things, they're getting good sponsorship there from Bike World and stuff. So fantastic work. Keep up the great work. So yeah, a massive shout out. Chaz, give me something else here we want to talk about. Southeast Bikers 29 tie run is going to be on Saturday the 13th of December. So that's Saturday week. And they're leaving 1 p.m. sharp from the Holy Cross Bar through Lemmy Brine to Carrick on Shore pit stop and return to Waterford City on the N25 via Moonkine. So again, that is the 13th of December, so Saturday week.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anybody else heading out again, stay safe, folks. The time of year that it's in, traffic, everyone's kind of going around in, half gears with, the Christmas shopping and all that. So
and
stay
the roads
safe.
wouldn't be the best either now.
The roads would not be the best, so stay safe out there and get home in one piece. And we'll catch everybody back here next week for episode number
64.
Okay, we're heading for the 69, lad. We're getting closer.
I know, 67. Whatever that is.
Oh, if I hear that, say,
It's
you
brown
that in your
in
house as well.
It's
6,
brown in
7.
me.
I don't know what it's even about.
No, I don't know.
6-7.
I genuinely don't know what it's about. But anyway, we'll wrap it up, folks. Have a good one. Over and out, and catch us all back here next week.
Right, take care.
Good luck.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.